There's a frosty chill across the country this weekend, but we've got live rugby for you this afternoon to keep you suitably warm. Saracens need to respond after defeat last weekend against Lightning, whilst Leicester head to North London buoyed by a first ever home win in the PWR. The Tigers may be without several experienced faces today, but this is a side that will pack a punch. For the hosts, it's a day of landmarks as well, as Marley Packer becomes the club's latest centurion and May Campbell reaches the 150 mark. They will be hoping that they can secure victory today on this landmark afternoon for themselves. We're into the home straight now as well in the PWR, with clubs jostling for position in one of the tightest playoff races in history. Will Saracens land a knockout blow this afternoon? Welcome then to StoneX Stadium, NW4 here in North London for Saracens Women against Leicester Tigers Women. Jess Breach is with me once again. Jess, had some really good feedback about your last two appearances, so we thought we'd bring you back for one final time. Glad to be back?
Yeah, definitely. Maybe I did think that I'd be able to warm up so I wouldn't be featuring, but yeah, it's nice to be back. It's definitely given me something to do whilst being injured, and yeah, I think that we've got a nice little connection, so yeah, it's been good.
It's been really good. One more to go, and well, one more to go for us, but 5 more games to go for Sarri, starting with a big one today against Tigers, needing to rebound after last weekend.
Oh, for sure. I think it was really important to get the 1 point out of last weekend, but I think it's disappointing. Like, we don't want to go away to a team like Loughborough and not be able to get 5 points. So yeah, definitely being at home, hopefully we can secure 5 points. Leicester have changed their team a bit, probably missing about 10 players of their starting lineup, so I think it'll be really interesting, and hopefully it's a nice sunny day. We can showcase what Saracens rugby is all about.
Like you said, it's a nice sunny day. There's a bit of a bitter chill though. Really cold when these two sides met earlier in the season as well, and Leicester did pose questions of Saracens that day. Yeah,
definitely. I think they've got a lot of challenging players, but like I said, they've changed their team up, so actually I think it probably is more of a challenge for Saracens today. We don't know what they're going to bring. A lot of those girls probably haven't played a lot of minutes, so there might be some rawness, some vulnerability that maybe Saracens can like execute and maybe dive into. But yeah, it's going to be exciting, and hopefully we can get the 5 points, because it's definitely what we need. The top 4 is tightening up, and yeah, if we want to be in that semi-finals playoff and potentially a home semi-final, it's definitely what we need.
Like you said, it is definitely what Saracens need today. They also need it because there's 2 milestones today. Marley Packer's 100th, May Campbell's 150th, and I was able to catch up with the pair of them a little bit earlier on about what those milestones mean to them. A big day today here at StoneX Stadium, but a big day for the 2 women to my left as well. Marley Packer, 100 appearances for Saracens. May, 150 for you. We'll start with you first. How proud are you of reaching that achievement?
Yeah, I was reflecting this week, and I'm just hugely proud to be part of like such a great club and to play amongst the group of players that I do and the staff that I get to work with week in, week out. So yeah, it's a very, very proud day for me.
And Alex was saying up there in that team meeting, doesn't feel like it was that long ago that you got to the 100, but some really nice words from him up there in that team meeting as well. What does it mean to you to have that sort of said in front of the group as well, putting the pressure on?
Yeah, I think I was definitely blushing, having all eyes on me. But no, it was so nice, Alex's words. Obviously, I've known him for years and years and years, so yeah, it's just really nice for him to finally say some nice words about me. But no, I know he obviously speaks very fondly of me, so but it's just great to be able to take to the field today with the groups of players, and they've made it already such an incredible day.
And Marley, for you, the 100th, Alex said in the week to the press there weren't many milestones that you haven't reached yet in your career. 100 up now for Saracens. How proud are you to be part of this club?
Yeah, super proud. I think I joined Saracens back in 2017 when the league went to the PWR in I think all that myself and Saracens Women have accomplished in that time is pretty special, and we're trying to leave a legacy, but then also keep carrying on to be the best in the league and always strive to be better and one step ahead. And I think, you know, the way the club backs us as a women's team, but also now the integration within the men and within the club, it is phenomenal of where it started for me back in 2017 to where it is now. And like May, huge honour and privilege to receive my 100 cap, but also like we've got a massive game today to focus on. Like, these achievements are massive, but we've got to do it for the squad, and today's a massive game for the rest of the league. Just
final one then, because you said it there, it is a massive game today, looking to rebound after last week's defeat. Milestones obviously great, but I suppose they can wait until the final whistle with a job to do first.
Yeah, definitely. I think, Alex said it upstairs to me and May, it's about recognising those milestones. But look, we've got a job to do today. We've got a Tigers side that are coming down to put their best game out against us, and we need to make sure we do that, but also put some wrongs right from last week. But the learnings from last week, we need to get better this week. In the opposition, whoever we're playing, we need to perform as a Saracens group. And we're looking at that top end of the table now. Every game's really tight between 4th, 5th, 6th, and I think we need to make sure that we keep playing each game at a time and putting a performance in.
As you said, it's about putting a performance in. May seems to be scoring every single time she steps on the field, so hopefully some more to come today. Both of you. Some more bagpipes as well. I'm sick of them already, I've got to be honest. But both of you, thank you so much for joining us pre-match, and best of luck out there this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Enjoy the game.
From the dark ages to the digital ages, as one of the world's largest London metal exchange traders, StoneX is leading the revolution of the base metal market. BM Execute is an online, real-time risk management system for the base metals industry. Easy to use and rich in functionality, BM Execute will allow for easier risk management, real-time views, and reduced operational risk. BM Execute takes base metal trading to the next level.
Jess, Marley, May, totemic figures here at Saracens, but May in elite level women's rugby, Marley for England as well. How great have they been as servants to this club?
Oh, amazing, phenomenal. I think to be able to, for someone to reach 50 caps or appearances, I think it's amazing. So to have them both at 100 and 150, I think is incredible. It's credit to the hard work that they both put in, day out, especially, May, she works as well as plays. So I think, it's a credit to her to have that 150, and hopefully the girls can get behind both of them today and put in a performance that we'll be proud of.
And May seems to be having the season of her life, finding the try line or 2 or 3 turnovers a game every single time she's taken to the field this season.
Yeah, definitely. I think she's playing really well, just playing with confidence and freedom, I think, which is really important. And I think she's the girl that needs that. I think when there's pressure on her, she maybe doesn't shine as much as she has the ability to. So I think, she's played really well, and obviously played a bit in the back row. So I think, it's funny that both her and Marley are getting accreditations today for both remarkable appearances for the club.
And just finally then on Marley, leader, inspiration, we saw the club use those words yesterday, but played with her, you've played against her international level as well. Rather than Saracens, how big has she been for the women's game? Yeah, massive. I think she's also grown loads since probably her first appearances within women's rugby to now 100 here, and many for the international level. And I think she's definitely a leader, and it doesn't come naturally to some people, and it probably didn't come naturally to her, but she's grown. And I think I would always want her on my team, or if I was stuck on a desert island, she's definitely someone that I would be bringing onto that island to be like, help me please. She's just a lovely human, and really caring. And I'm definitely proud and honoured to have been playing alongside her for as many caps as I have. and many more still to come for her as well. Marley Packer then, a player that Alex Osterbury said anyone would follow into battle, I should say, and May Campbell, just a bundle of energy whenever she takes to the field. We've put together a couple of little montages to celebrate their achievements today, and after that I was able to catch up with Leicester Tigers' Tess Fury.
Marley is like the heartbeat of the Saracens team.
Marley Packer runs up against Beckett, spins, goes again, brilliant from Packer. What a score from the Saracens number 8. To Marley Packer, breaks the line, Packer heading towards the try line in the corner. Again, brilliant from Saracens.
We are great players, but by far we are better people. Yeah, remember that. Stand tall. Be proud of what we have achieved this season.
I think Saracens to me is my home. It's a North London club and it's very far away from the West Country, from where I originally come from. It's a very unique and special family. We strive to be the best version of ourselves as people and players, then we want to win trophies.
Back for Packer.
Penalty advantage.
There's another penalty advantage. Is anyone going to stop Marley Packer? No, they're not. One thing on her mind.
This thing is charging towards the line, and there is the try. It's Marley Packer, of course it is.
And who else? It is Marley Packer, the co-captain extraordinaire, having an unbelievable season.
Marley brings incredible physicality in everything she does.
Premier 15's champions. It is Saracens top of the pile again.
You look at her on match day, it's someone you want to go into battle with.
They've got man on fire.
284!
Here we go, Women's Rugby World Cup, England 2025.
Le moment tant attendu approche. Le public est prêt.
I was born for this.
Would you write off the reigning champions?
A new generation of players ready to set the tournament alight.
Mais t'as vu le dernier match de Mana FE? Elle a dominé.
La plus jeune capitaine française de l'histoire est gonflée à bloc.
Ellie Hildan scores all tries.
England are surely still hurting, but that was then. This is now. Everything's at stake here. Other teams are hunting Renee Holmes in the Black Ferns. Manuel is so tough. Can she carry the nation to glory?
These players keep raising the bar higher and higher in search of rugby immortality. When this tournament's over, who will history remember?
Here she goes again. Campbell, absolutely sized up.
2 tries, couple of turnovers, 10 carries, all in a Saturday's work for May Campbell.
May Campbell, hooker, occasionally back row, Saracens. So who am I? Well, grew up in Scotland, despite the lack of accent, in the countryside, on a farm. I've been at the club for 9 or so seasons now. I guess I felt like I've grown up here. My teammates would describe me and probably say I think I'm funnier than I am. My style of play is quite tough, throwing myself into the contact. It's definitely an area of the game that I love.
May Campbell, what an asset she be in these opening rounds.
Well, it's definitely other players are getting me close to the try line. It's not like I've been scoring any worldies, none have made the highlights reel or gone up for try of the week just yet. Obviously playing back row is slightly different for me, but it's allowed me to, I guess, have more involvement. I think that then sets the tone for the rest of the game.
May Campbell stands out week in, week out. I can't say enough good things about May Campbell.
It was just great to see us go there, execute our game plan, and it makes it a bit more satisfying when you do it away from home.
Look at that from May Campbell.
And then at home against Gloucester, we were down at half-time, and I remember saying we play the sport for each other. In that second half, I was just, hugely proud to be wearing a Saracens shirt on that pitch.
Tell you what, May Campbell has been playing at hooker all her life, but perhaps she really is a flanker. Another turnover.
because of the last performance, going there and losing. We've done a lot of reflecting upon ourselves. It's made us more motivated to try and achieve our end goal this season. Obviously it would be great to be involved with England again. There's obviously the Six Nations and then the World Cup. But I very much know that week on week it's about putting myself and my best foot forward, and then hopefully the performances from there will speak for themselves. But yeah, it was a bit about who I am.
May Campbell, she's having the season of her life.
Tess, thanks very much for joining us pre-match. A big win last week against Sale, second of the season, but a first home win in the PWR. What was that like for you as a group? A big milestone?
Yeah, that's been a milestone we've been chasing for the past 2 seasons. We really wanted to get the home win for the fans, kind of bring some morale to the team, and we had a really good statement performance, so we were happy.
And like you said, a big statement performance, but ever improving this season, posing more and more questions. We saw that at Twickenham against Harlequins as well. Where do you feel you're at as a squad?
Yeah, we've made a lot of improvements this season. We're finally starting to put some points on the board against a couple top 4 teams, top 5 teams, so that's really exciting. And you know, every game, of course, we're chasing a win, but we're also chasing a bonus point, so that's definitely a goal for today. It's
the final one then. When you came here last year, it was pretty tight until that last 15 minutes or so. Nearly got a try bonus still out of it as well. What are the targets, the goals for today's match?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we had a good performance at StoneX last year. As a team, we tend to work for 60 minutes or so we're just trying to put in that full performance. There's been a lot of competition in the squad. Halfway through the season, everyone's fighting hard for a shirt, so I think everyone's going to leave it all out there.
Brilliant. Well, Tess, best of luck this afternoon.
Thank you.
Jess, that was Tess Fury there, talking about the desire to still find an 80-minute performance despite that first home win last weekend.
Yeah, I think they've done really well to get that home win last weekend. I think that's what they've been striving for, and I think it's really important for them. So I'm sure they've come into this weekend thinking, like, we've got this, we can play, and yeah, just need to play an 80-minute game, and hopefully they, you know, can maybe get some points out of this game. But obviously, being a Saracen, we don't really want that. So yeah.
She said, obviously, last season's game was pretty close until the final 20 minutes, so they have proved they can do it before. They just need to try and find that last 20 minutes of momentum.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure a lot of them, you know, haven't played in the Prem. This is like their first or second season, so I think it's really important that it is a different level. So yeah, playing 80 minutes will be crucial for them this weekend.
Jess, then, let's look at this analysis then ahead of the game. This was the Lottie Sharp try last time that Tigers and Saracens met, and you can see the offloading ability here.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was nice to see Fancy get on the ball, and she shows a lot of strength there on the wing, and to be able to get that offload away to Lottie, I think, yeah, it's really nice and scoring for us Saracens, which gives us that ability to have another try on the team sheet.
And then you can see here in the second half, this was the Sydney Gregson try from that set move from the penalty, but it was all about quick recycling of the ball.
Yeah, definitely great carry, I think, by Marley to get us on the front foot, and then yeah, great recycle for Ella to get the ball away to give Sydney that opportunity for power over the try line.
Especially in conditions like this, though, sometimes you need that grunt and that grit up front, and this was one for the forwards.
Yeah, definitely. I think the forwards love a driving maul, having that ability to all hug together and dive over the try line. I think, yeah, something we character ourselves on and be able to score wide and through the middle.
Tigers as well, though, similar, that they're very good at hunting the space, seeing the spaces we saw in this try here against Sale, and then they did it a couple of other times as well. You can see here this charge down against Saris being alive to the danger.
Yeah, definitely. I think they just put pressure on areas that maybe other teams don't know. I think they hunt a lot of teams' weaknesses, which I think is really important, and maybe they will do that today as well.
And just this final one here, then you can see here Meg Jones doing what she does best. She might not be playing today, but here's the interlinking play.
Yeah, definitely. I think they've got some nice backs that can carry the ball, and I think they've got a lot of pace. So yeah, I think it'll be an interesting game today in the sunshine, and yeah, actually perfect conditions for rugby.
shoulders of giants, but today we got the chance to be a giant. We got the chance to write the next Arnold Succession School. Let's grasp that.
Something a bit different then. We brought you this against Trailfinders Women at the start of the season. We're bringing it back against Leicester. A joint pre-match coaching interview. Tom Hudson, Alex Austerbury joining me. Tom, we'll start with you. Big result last week against Sale. What does that do for you as a coach coming into this sort of game in terms of that added motivation for the side?
Yeah, it's great motivation. It doesn't have much resemblance on this week. We're probably looking at more words like reaction and grit this week. I've got a feeling that the words from the camp on the other side was reactions, and there's only ever one word that you really use when you're playing Saracens away, and that's some grit.
Grit, obviously the word. Then Alex, I'll pass you the mic in a second just to make it easier, but coming up against this Tigers side, it was difficult at Welford Road earlier in the season with the conditions similar today. How many lessons can you take as a coach from those previous matchups against sides?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first and foremost, Tom's done a good job in getting them well coached. They're a side that can impact you in different ways. It's not just one area that they can get after you. So we took a lot of learnings from the game at Welford Road. I think probably both of us would like a little bit more ball in play and a little bit more excitement around the game, because I think both sides were guilty of kind of just letting it kind of meander, and I don't think either of us want that today. So as mentioned, in terms of grit, and it's going to be hard fought, and we've got to bounce back from last week. So hopefully we show the characteristics that we want and we get a good game of rugby.
Hopefully it is a good game of rugby. It's a couple more. Tom, you've both mentioned grit. You've both now mentioned a bit of an attacking rugby style as well. Saw you laughing a little bit when Alex said that as well. For you as a side, you've made a lot of changes, but you've still got some really exciting backs and a really expansive game plan to bring to the pitch today. Yeah,
we have made changes. There's no secret. Every coach is dealing with 6-7 games in a row. We need rotation. We also need to prove that we've got a squad. Like PWR teams that do well in this league need to prove that they've got deep squads. So we're going to try that today. Whether it's a weakened team or a change side is what the girls decided to do today in the game. But yeah, listen, as mentioned, attack is something that I suppose everyone's DNA. Attack in random areas and a little bit different, something that we want to try and do. So we'll see some of that today.
And just a final one for both of you, and Alex, we'll start with you then. Tom mentioned there the truncated season, having to use a full squad. How important then is it for you as coaches, your wider coaching staff, that, like Tom said, you get people minutes, you change things up throughout the season and keep that level of performance coming?
It's absolutely fundamental. Nothing's going to be won by 15 players in this league, and historically it tells us it's not. And any sport you go into, it is the quality, it's the depth of your squad, and you've got to make sure that when you call upon someone that they're fit and firing. So you have to give players exposures, whether they're forced that through sheer volume of work, or whether it's creating an opportunity to make sure that they're up to speed. So it's a balancing act for all of us, and we'll find out who's got the balancing act right today. Hey.
And Tom, you just said something very similar there in terms of that balancing act throughout the campaign.
Yeah, attitude is the word of the day. Yeah, for us, performance can ebbs and flows for us at the moment. That's natural where we are. Attitude has to remain sky high. It's a great chance, right, for our girls, because Some have questioned why I've made rotation to Sarries away, and the answer is simple. It's because there is no better chance, there is no better team, there's no better venue to prove that you have plenty of attitude, plenty of grit. That's something that we're going to use in selection, in contracts moving forward. So let's see something against the best.
Well, as you said, best of the best going up against each other in the PWR today for both sides. Thank you very much for joining us. Something a bit different for you, and those are the words then from Tom Hudson and Alex Osterbury. Great to hear there then the thoughts of Alex Osterbury and Tom Hudson, two very mild-mannered men until the rugby starts on the field. Jess, building up to kick-off then, before we have a quick run through those teams with you, what's Alex like as a coach, because you've known him for a while?
Yeah, I've known Alex actually a very long time. We used to do coaching sessions back where I used to live when I was like 16. He used to bring his dog. So yeah, I've known him a long time. He's definitely someone that's dedicated to the women's game, which I think you can see because he's obviously been at Saracens for a very long time, and I think he's a very good coach and very determined to get people better.
And Tom Hudson as well, someone that's been in and around that Leicester environment, but really trying to make a stamp now and develop this side into a more competitive outfit, and you've seen it this season with the results they've had, starting to get the wins.
Yeah, definitely. You can see that they obviously had their first win last weekend at home, so I think it's really important for them to probably not be at the bottom of the table and to get some points on the board and in the standings. So I think maybe they're hoping to get some points out of today, which I'm sure they might do, but hopefully, as I've said previously, that Saracens can negate that and we get the 5 points.
Like you said, it's about getting those points on the board now. They look, well, some of them look warmer than others over there. It's a chilly day here at StoneX Stadium, and we should be in a position to run you through those all-important teams. Here's the Saracens side, 6 changes from that Loughborough game, a first start of the season for Corinne Grant. Fancy Bermuda's in her first start since Leicester away, ironically, and a late change for you. Emma Hardy in at 13 for Sydney Gregson. And then those milestone ladies today, May Campbell, Marley Packer, heard from them before the match. So much they've done for the club and the game.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's nice to see Fancy and Corinne get a start and Lottie at fullback. I think it would be a very quick back three, which is super exciting, and it's really nice to see Sophie Bridger back as well. She's had a nasty injury with her knee in pre-season and then had horrible glandular fever, so took her out for an extra couple of weeks. So it's really nice to see her in the team, and hopefully she can showcase what she's all about.
Well, 15 players looking to showcase what they're about for Leicester as well. 10 changes from the victory over Sale. And as Tom Hudson said, it's about trying to see what depth he's got in his squad in this truncated season. Talia Brodie, her first appearance since that Saracens match at Mattioli Woods, Welford Road, after suspension in that one. And Emily Henrik moving from the wing to, well, what's more familiar for her at international level, that 13 jersey. Rasheen McBreen, the captain, moving from the back row into the second row. And it's all changing that back row. Tiana Gordon, Morgan Richardson and Brodie forming a pretty formidable trio.
Yeah, definitely. I think they've got a very powerful pack, which I think going up against our pack will be crucial today. And then you see the bench here. It's nice for Joya Bennett to get on the team sheet again, a young stud, and something that I think is very exciting for the future.
Like you said, some young players across the board, and well, 2 milestone ladies for Leicester sprinting out, 2 women I should say who have done an awful lot for Leicester. Morgan Richardson, number 7, and Amy Ralph, number 21. It's their 50th appearances, the first 2 players to reach that milestone for Leicester Tigers, and you can see them there in that yellow? I don't know, I'm colourblind. Clearly colourblind. In that white and green away strip. No Meg Jones, no Amy Cockayne, no Julia Amakwale, but still plenty of talent in this 15. And you can see now making their way out Marley Packer for her 100th appearance. There she goes, running out on to the turf, and she is then followed by May Campbell, making her way out. I tell you what, Jess, they've done the cameramen much more of a favour than Zoe Harrison did against Bristol. Zoe sprinted out of that tunnel. They made sure they were ready for those shots.
Yeah, both of them I'm pretty sure loved the limelight, so I'm sure they wanted to wait for their moment. and yeah, get it. And it's pretty special. I think, you know, that's one in a lifetime opportunity to be able to run out for your club that many times. And I think, yeah, it's definitely something that you can take in. There's a bit of a mix-up actually here. Just before kick-off, we actually as Saracens normally always start on the left-hand side and kick from left to right. But yeah, it's a change up this week, and I think maybe that put maybe Marley off because she ran off to the left and then May ran off to the right. So yeah, I'm sure that's really confusing. But I'm excited. It's cold. I've got my hot water bottle, courtesy of our team manager Mel. So big shout out for Mel. Thank you for my hot water bottle. I did my running session before the game. I've got my protein shake, and I'm ready for an exciting game, aren't you, Harry?
I really am. And there is a man who will also be ready. Dan Jones, our referee, assisted by Callum Howard and Veryan Boscoon today. And as you said, Jess, cold is the word. You're suitably warmed up. Uggs on the bottom as well for the extra layer of warmth.
That's even worse, sorry.
I'm doing all right, but I have got a t-shirt
That's
underneath,
even worse,
so
sorry,
we'll see how that goes over the next 80 minutes or so.
I did get a lot of hate for my Uggs, so
we'll get there in the end.
actually if I could get some comments about Uggs yes or no for 2025, that would be very good. Nothing to do with rugby, but...
Well, nothing to do with rugby, but an important conversation all the same. And we just had a little bit of a delay whilst the AR put boot to ball. And
no one likes them. The Tash Jones.
Yeah, no,
that was probably the worst of the three. The balls. That's about the third ball.
Now. It's been an interesting start here.
No,
we had a little bit of a delay against Bristol.
They're all flat.
And you can hear him. He's just said that's flat as well. Jess, I'm just going to turn the ref up a little bit here and just listen to this.
I'm sure Zoe Harrison would be fine with the ball.
We have to get a pump then, because this is not good enough.
Yeah, so you can hear the referee saying, look, none of those balls are good enough. They're all flat.
Yeah, we have to wait then. Sorry. They're not. They're flat, they are. So, that one.
Whilst we're coming back with that,
flat.
Jess, someone's already commented saying that Uggs are a fashion crime, they only wear Crocs. So how are you taking that one?
Crocs? Oh, I'd like to know what colour Crocs they wear, but I think Crocs definitely for the summer. I do take my dog out for the toilet in Crocs, because they're nice to slip on and slip off.
Is that what it should be on there?
But they also do have fluffy bits on the inside, so they also are very warm.
They are indeed. Let's see what the ref's saying here quickly before we go back to the thrilling conversation about choice of footwear.
What about the ones from Tigers?
Surely this is something that the ref should sort out before kick-off. I know they check studs and everything like that and nails, but surely as a ref, that's something that you should check. I understand that, you know, clubs should have pumped-up balls for the matches, but I guess it's something that maybe the PWR could look into and the refs could look into to make sure that the balls are pumped up and good for the kick-off, because obviously the girls are cold. It's not. Imagine if it was raining.
I think we found a ball now, which is the good thing. We'll let them off for the moment, just because it has added a little bit of spice before the kick-off. And we're not going to say third time lucky. I think we're 6th or 7th time lucky now on the ball, but we are now ready to go. And Natasha Jones gets us underway here at StoneX Stadium. And that ball is taken cleanly. Infante descent. And Harrison then going boot to ball, aerial. And it's staying in field. Taken then, first touch for Amanda Swartz. Met by her opposite number Sharp. And Saracens looking to hold that one up in the contact. Tigers do really well though to get that one to ground, and now they look to build the phases. A big carry coming in there.
He's legal, fine.
A bit of a bobbling ball, but Tigers keeping hold of it well at the moment. And Maxwell assessing her options now.
Hopefully it's great patience from Saracens to trust our defensive system and to just keep them in their own half. And I think at one point they will have to. Oh, the ref's called a maul, so I'm sure if this is unplayable, Saracens will get the scrum. So that is great. That's a great decision from Saracens. Great patience. I think obviously if you've been listening to mine and Harry's commentary in the last couple of home games, we've talked about patience in defence and allowing us to take some momentum into that, and hopefully first scrum of the game we can see both packs up against each other.
A chance to see both of those packs, and Jess, as
yes,
you said,
there will be, yeah,
patience has been crucial for Saracens in defence, and perhaps it's no surprise that it's those two women, Campbell and Packer, that were there making the disruption for their side and giving them actually a really good first attacking opportunity here.
Binds! Set!
You can see that Saracens on 4-2 split on the midfield scrum. Great initial shove there by Saracens.
Advantage.
Ref's given us an advantage.
And it's trundling forward quickly, and there's an attacking opportunity, and there's loads of real estate for Lossie Sharp to charge into, up into that 22 now. And Infante, quick delivery, her first start since round 4 against Gloucester
You
Hartpury.
pulled her over, play on.
Retired, came back out of retirement as injury cover, and well, I'll say like she's never been away. She barely was away for a matter of weeks. Taps it on there in the end though, and now here comes Saracens again. Corinne Grant.
Advantage over.
That's the end of the advantage, says the referee. So Clifford now to go. Infante to Harrison, looks inside
That's
to
a
Campbell.
knock on only.
A knock on, says the referee, and it's come off a Leicester hand in the contact. Scrum for Saracens, and Jess, we could see there Zoe Harrison is keen to play today with some of those passes she's been flinging about.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like we said in the pre-match talk, that it's a nice dry day with the sun obviously only peeping in probably half of the pitch currently, the half that we're not in. So yeah, no, I think we want to showcase that running rugby that Saracens is all about, and I think, yeah, you could see that in the first even 3 minutes of the game. I think we just need to keep a bit of continuity. I think potentially that inside ball probably maybe wasn't on, and we could just recycle the phases and just keep a momentum going. But let's see what this second scrum is like.
Saracens had the upper hand first time round, and Tigers looking to respond, but Saracens getting the march on again. And there's Cleo going down the short side, inside to Infante, and Leanne Infante does not miss from there. 3 minutes on the clock. Saracens strike first, and Leanne Infante has her first try since round 2, back in the starting lineup, back scoring for her side, and a great start for the hosts, Jess.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a great scrum. I think the front five do a good job to get a massive shove on to give them momentum, and then the ref calling penalty advantage, and then Poppy the good rugby knowledge that she has going down that short side and dropping the ball under for Leanne, and I think that's just a great connection that those two have. I think trusting each other's ability and knowing where each other are going to be. I think not a lot of eights can have that skill and that ability to chuck it back on the inside.
Seen it a couple of times from Poppy Cleal in recent matches when she's been involved in the starting team. Almost Sevens-esque, just happy to chuck it out the back, like you said, holding it in one hand, flinging it around, and well, I think it's coming more and more into the back row game, isn't it? Having to be able to get those offloads and those dummies away, and Poppy Clear has been a master of it for years. Yeah, definitely. I think she probably enjoyed that one probably more than Leanne. Unfortunately, there Zoe did miss the conversion, so only the 5 points were secured from the try. Back underway then, you can see that replay of that missed conversion from Harrison. Tigers have got themselves the ball back from the restart. Great work, great pressure coming in from the visitors. And Jones goes herself, pressure was on, and now they're building some phases in and around that 10-metre line. And there's the captain, Roisin McBreen, in there, doing well to help win the ball back for her side, and then clear as day there.
She's not rolling,
on the penalty, not rolling away, but then straying offside as well. And that's a good riposte from Leicester, Jess, because that had been all Saracens for those opening 5 minutes. Yeah, definitely. I think that's a great restart from Tash Jones. Put it on the money on the 10-metre line and got her wingers under that ball to gain it back. And then, they've had the ability to win a penalty in the middle of the park to hopefully get a line out. Hasn't quite reached touch, and Fancy Bermudez caught it on and is now carrying. Oh, I'll tell you what, Fancy Bermudez has just sat Morgan Richardson down square there. Brutal carry from the wing, and Harrison, the ball is bouncing and bobbling, but now it's worked its way to Corinne Grant, and Corinne Grant is going and finding the space, and Marley Packer has a run in. The skipper, the co-captain, is going in in the corner. Jess, she hadn't scored for over 10 matches. She hadn't scored all season. No better time to get your first than on your 100th. And I don't think there'll be too many people watching at home, watching in the stands, that are disappointed in any way to see that woman go over for the try.
No, definitely not. I do think she probably wished the try line came sooner, but I think it was great that Corin, lovely break on the outside, absolutely gassed, and then having that support line. It's really nice to see that Marley was there as a 7 and it wasn't a back. I think it's really crucial that anyone supports the line break, and she reaps the reward by being able to score in the corner.
Second try of the match then for Saracens, and Marley Packer there strolling back. As you said, Jess, she probably was hoping that it was a little bit less distance to run, but put it down in the corner, didn't affect Zoe Harrison, nailed that conversion, and Saracens 12 to the good. And we've now seen the threat from Saracens in and around the 22, but from range as well. This is the attacking game that they've been saying for the last few weeks they want to get going. Yeah, definitely. It was really nice there to see that Lottie just gave that ball to Corin really early and just let her have a go down the touchline. I think that's really crucial. When you've got massive attacking threat on the edges like Corin and Fancy, you want to give them that ability to just have a go. Tash Jones there has gone short again on the 10.
Just a penalty, jumped into it as well.
Poppy...
He did jump into it, but he didn't,
taken out in the air, just a penalty. Hopefully she'll be all right.
Okay, time off.
Great take, to be fair.
You can see here on this replay, whilst there's time off and a bit of treatment,
it wasn't,
just got the timing a little bit wrong. Referee here and say real clearly there, no intent, no malice, just a bit of an awkward coming together. Whilst we do have time off, you can see some of the fans in the stands there, and there's been an under-14s festival going on this morning, so plenty of young faces in the stands as well. Jess, you said it on Rugby Rodeo earlier this week. We've had I was going to say your podcast, so let's just say Rugby Rodeo, but we've had a lot of conversations already. 2025 is the year of the women's game, and to see so many young faces in the stands getting involved, wanting to be these players on the pitch in years to come, we're starting well, building up to August and September. Yeah, definitely. I think it's massive when clubs put tournaments on before the game. It gives the girls the ability to play on the pitch that the professionals and the team are playing on, as well as being able to meet them after. And I think it's just crucial to be visible to the young people out there that want to play rugby. And I mean, I think us streaming the game as well gives that visibility for anyone to be able to watch the game, which I think is really important. Like, if we want to grow the game, we have to allow people to be able to watch it, so that's if it's in stands or on YouTube or on a live stream. I think it's really crucial, especially in the lead up to the World Cup. It's good to see everyone back on their feet, and as you say, it's about the visibility. I'll always go back to a quote that Zoe Harrison came out with last season after a game: to be it, you have to see it. And it is as simple as that. This is a huge year for women's sport, and we are thrilled to be bringing you coverage again this afternoon on a pretty cold, I have to say, Saturday afternoon. But there's rugby on, whether you're in the stands or at home, and there's nothing better to be doing. As Packer goes again, finds the offload to Cleel, and the back row combine, and Cleel with the show and go back to Packer. Tigers tracking back like their lives depend on it. It was a crucial intervention. It had to be made, otherwise Saracens were in, and there's a knock-on at the end there. It was a superb chase back by the Tigers. It looked like it was a combination of Fury and Swartz, but Jess, look at this replay here. We said against Bristol, front row shouldn't be able to do what the likes of Sarah Byrne and Kelsey Clifford were doing. Back row shouldn't be doing this sort of thing. This is just incredible from all of them.
Just keep that break foot up,
bounce passes are undefendable. Honestly, I'll say that all day long. The ability to read a pass off the floor, I think it's really hard, and I think even harder when you're in the defence. So yeah, it's a great line Marley hit off that ball.
It's out.
Tigers then under pressure, but Brodie doing incredibly well to get the ball out at the back, the number 8. She was under some pressure there.
I know you haven't. Calm down.
So much experience. Talia Brodie was here for Tigers in their debut season in the PWR last season. One of those gritty players that you hate playing against, but you love having in your team. And you can see there, the penalty going against Saracens, not rolling away. So an easy out for Leicester, and that comes from the work and the grit from Brodie there to make sure she held onto the ball.
Yeah, definitely. I think that is a very easy out for Leicester. I think as Saracens, again, we just need patience there. Like, if you can see your teammate is on the wrong side, like, don't go in there and have to dig at that ball. There's no need, really, I think, especially only 8 minutes into the game. I think we can put pressure on in other areas.
Leicester line out then. They've not really had a sniff yet outside of their half. They'll be desperate to try and build the phases. And that one is bobbling, but Maxwell tidies it up well. And Jones, that one's just not quite clipped, but it has gone backwards, at least for the Tigers. But now they are under some pressure, and Saracens have managed to turn it. Infante, Cleo, Bridger, her first touch, and Gallagher fancies a little show and go herself. Bridger again with the touch to Harrison, to Sharp. Not much space, so she checks inside, and Henrik pulls her to ground.
You got to roll quicker, so that's no reward yet.
Inside ball again, and Kelsey Clifford on the charge to the co-captain, Marley Packer. Well, it's like London buses. She's waited all season for a try, and two have come along at once, Jess.
Cool. I didn't know where you were going with that one, Harry, if I'm honest with you. I'm not sure Marley would have liked to have been known as a London bus, but yeah, it's great continuity and a great recycle there on the edge. And yeah, I think we're just clicking today, which is really nice to see. I know it's only been, like I said, like 8-9 minutes, but yeah, I think everyone's playing with a bit of confidence, and I think that's what we needed after last weekend. A great inside ball there by Poppy to Kelsey, and I actually thought Kelsey might have gone herself, but yeah, support play again from Marley. And I do actually want to say, I know Marley is playing her 100th appearance for Saracens, and obviously earlier on in the week she got made vice captain of England, and I know it did hit her maybe a bit harder, but I think to come out here today and be playing the rugby that she's playing, I think's amazing, and just playing free, and I think it's a credit to her, really. Like, she's a stalwart of women's rugby, and it's really nice to see that she's playing with a heart on her sleeve and playing some really good rugby, which I think is really special for her.
Like you said, it's really special that the big players stand up. They always stand up. And Marley Packer still part of that England senior group, herself and Meg Jones, vice captain, Zoe Aldcroft, the new England captain. That's, as you get a Saracens penalty here, Jess, that's a pretty formidable group of leaders.
Yeah, definitely. I think you've got a lot of characters and a lot of experience in that leadership group, and I think that's exactly what you need going into a World Cup and Six Nations.
Okay, edge of the line.
Saracens penalty then, and Harrison was in no mood to wait. She's smashed that good. Straight over to the 10-metre line, and Saracens are bouncing and bumbling away again. Well, you said there, Jess, that bounce passes are the way to go, and it's well worked out for Fancy Bermudez. No thought about the pass from the Canadian international, though. Route one from her, and Packer goes again. Two tries to the good already, 10 minutes in. And Harrison spins that across to Campbell, frees the hands beautifully to Senft, and Senft keeping the hands going. Bermudez, and here goes Saracens again, and Gallagher.
That's a great colour tackle there. I think by the 13, Emily
Henrik there with the tackle. It had to be made. It was a crucial one. And
play away.
May Campbell, that's maybe not one for highlight reel, tripping over her own feet there. She's done so much right this season. I think you can forgive her that. But her side are hunting a bonus point already, and Packer, the next to have a go.
Hunting a hat-trick, she is.
She already is, and Infante is having a look. Sees the space to the other side, and Zoe Harrison goes over.
She can't stop scoring, that girl, honestly.
She can't stop scoring at all. Zoe Harrison, well, she's Saracens' top point scorer this season already, 87 points coming into this one. It's now 7 tries in the league for the fly half. Jess, she's keeping your seat warm on that wing until you're back, but more than making up for it.
Yeah, she asks when I'm back all the time, and I'm thinking, girl, you actually don't want me because you're stealing my glory on the edge. But no, fantastic patience there for Saracens to recycle the ball, and I think the carrying ability. I think we had a refocus after the Loughborough game this week, and I think we wanted our carries to be more vicious and to be more dominant, and I think you can definitely see that in the first 15 minutes of this game.
Harrison lining up to convert her own score.
She's taken no time today, Zoe Harrison. She must have been late or something today, and that's why she's rushing everything else. She, not rushing, but not taking her time. She obviously kicked that penalty really quick. The line out went quick, and conversions over. And obviously that's maybe a new routine for her, not having to think about things. Sometimes you don't want to think about things too much because it does put the pressure on. Or maybe it's the leggings.
Maybe it is the leggings. Who knows? But we were filming those pre-match VTs you saw earlier, and Leanne Infante was coming over and bellowing in the corner about wanting to wear leggings and not being able to, not having the right ones. But Zoe Harrison is, yes, she says she's in a rush. That's 11 points now in this one already. So she's 2 points shy of a century of points this season in the PWR.
Yeah, phenomenal. I think she's got a great a kick off the tee, and I think that's really crucial for us as Saracens, especially in the tight games that we've had. I think she's been amazing for that, and I think that's definitely helped us get wins over the tight teams in the top four. This is great line speed, but a great carry there by Leicester. Hopefully they're going to get it into their backs. Another great carry by Leicester.
Release now, 5.
Leicester's 6. Gordon.
Tiana Gordon then was at DMP a few years ago, popped up at Gloucester Hartpury, I think it was a couple of seasons ago as well. But another formidable player. I think there was a ridiculous stat a few seasons ago where she made something stupid like 300 plus tackles in a league season. She is a player that is able to do damage, but Saracens have got plenty of those as well as they look to strip the ball and attack. The hands not quite clicking though, and Corinne Grant, it bounces, it bobbles. She's managed to tidy it up, and Tigers playing one player light at the moment as well. Some treatment going on in the backfield. And here comes Saracens again, then Cleo with that first carry into her loose head prop, and Harrison sees the space for Fancy Bermudez, and this is where Fancy Bermudez loves to be, running into real estate, running over bodies, but it's a huge tackle that had to be made. Eva Donaldson with it, but Saracens right on the front foot again. Infante, sharp, Harrison out to Senft, offload to Grant, and it's dropped as she had the try line begging.
Before the line, scrub.
Leicester, well, I was going to say breathing a sigh of relief about not conceding the try, but perhaps breathing heavily there after that defensive track back. Fancy Bermudez looked for all money to be in full flight and in there, and you've got to take your hat off to that last gasp Tigers defence. Eva Donaldson second row had no right being there, but that is some tackle from the second row.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's what is desire within a team. Like, yes, they're already 26 points down after nearly 20 minutes, but I think it just shows desire and attitude that they don't want Saracens to score, which I think is really crucial, and I'm sure their coaching staff are definitely proud of that.
Clock off as well. Bit of treatment going on down there. That looks like Nadine Vincent that's down for the Tigers, the tight head prop. She's come in for a start today, having been off the bench in recent weeks.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
And Jess, you can see there that the try didn't come for Saracens, but you can see what they want to do with that offloading ability, like you said.
Yeah, definitely. It was nice to see Gabby Semp on the edge there and popping the ball inside to Corinne. Unfortunately, obviously, Corinne couldn't take it and dot it over the line, but maybe Gabby is warming herself up for something she's looking forward to in maybe warmer weathers in Perth, because congratulations to Gabby. She's been selected into the Canadian Sevens team, and is going to hopefully feature in Perth on the World Series. So credit to her and the hard work that she's put in here at Saracens.
A great achievement for her. She'll be heading off to far warmer and sunnier climes in the next couple of weeks. Tigers under pressure then in their 22. They've shored up the scrum. Vincent is back on her feet. And they're going to need to get this one away from the danger zone here.
He's out of the back.
The ball is out, and Brodie has to pick and go. It is under pressure from Packer and Senft.
Good counter.
And the counter ruck is huge from Saracens. They've hunted the turnover.
Go back foot.
It looks like they've managed to get it as well.
Yeah. You're offside.
But offside, a penalty for Leicester. An easy get out again. And A sigh of relief to our cameraman on that far side, who I think was probably fearing for his life as they got closer to him.
Yeah, she was offside.
Yeah, bless him. Again, another easy out, which is just something that we don't need. I think they worked really hard to negate the carry.
No, let's go.
Off Leicester.
She's okay.
And then get the ball back was really good. But then, I think we just need a bit more patience. I think that would probably be my word of commentary for the last probably 3 I've done. Is definitely patience.
Back in,
patience
I think they're on
the key
line.
word. There's also another game going on today between Gloucester, Hartpury and Loughborough Lightning. If you don't want to know the score in that one, then this is your warning. Mute me for the next 20 seconds. I'll give you a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. That one. Well, we saw what Loughborough did against Saracens last week. They're continuing that fine form, 5 apiece with the back-to-back champions at the moment. And Gloucester Hartpury have been in rich form at the moment, spoiling Ilona Maher's debut last week.
And it's not being streamed, Harry, so the only game you can watch is our game. So we'll keep you up to date on the score, but obviously our game is one to be watching.
This is the one to watch today. If you want to watch women's rugby, then NW4 is your postcode to find. Zoe Harrison, though, picking up, finding a space, and she's found a postcode of her own that she wants to explore. Harrison cantering in, scoring her second of the match, and that brings up 100 points for the season for the Saracens fly half. She's closing down on May Campbell and Millie David at the top of those try scoring charts as well. Saracens just 5 tries to the good after the opening 20 minutes. They're enjoying themselves in this brisk January sun.
Yeah, definitely. It's nice there to see Zoe open up. She's actually got some good running boots on her. She's deceptively quick actually, especially over 10 metres. It's really nice there to see her get over the try line. I think she's probably playing some of her best rugby she's been playing in a little while, and playing with some confidence, and I think it just shows there by obviously getting on the score sheet twice already and about to convert her own kick, hopefully.
Pressure on then for Harrison to live up to what Jess said, and Jess, it's the commentator's curse. Commentator's curse. It's 31-0 still though to Saracens. 5 tries to the good, and they will be really happy with the start that they have made here. They wanted a response, they found it so far. Yeah, definitely. If you just saw there on the replay, Leanne Infante gave a lot of pressure onto Natasha Jones's kick, so I think probably they need to have a bit more blockers in there to give her more time to get a better kick away. And also shout out to Zoe's grandma who'll be watching, and that's why Zoe wears the white ribbon in her hair, so she can see which one's Zoe. So hello Zoe's grandma. Hello to Zoe's grandma, and to everyone watching at home. Great to have you with us. Keep getting involved in the comment sections as well. We want to hear what you make of the match, what you've made of the season so far, and of Jess's choice, which seems to be causing some debate in the comments as to whether it's Uggs or Crocs.
Really?
Even at the moment.
Okay.
So keep getting involved in that one as well. We want to hear your thoughts. We want you to get involved today, and we want to make our coverage as open, inclusive as possible.
Maybe we should put some cowboy boots in there. What are people's opinion on cowboy boots?
Oh, that's a beautiful, shameless little plug for Rugby Rodeo there, Jess, but I really rate it. I've got to give you credit for it.
I think my co-host is watching, so hey, Ellie.
Saracens had the penalty, then moving quickly, and Bridger going through the gears. She's had to bide her time, she's had to wait, and now finally she's got that first appearance of the season. Bermudez with another brutal handoff.
Yeah, she's very physical in those outside channels, Fancy. I think Leicester have been doing well to negate her, but I think, she definitely rides that first contact, which I think is really crucial for Saracens to get on the front foot.
Good effort.
Building the phases, they are happy and comfortable with ball in hand this afternoon, are Saracens women. And they're still finding the opportunities in and around that 22, still hunting for space. Leicester doing well to disrupt it, to slow it down, but Evans out the back to Harrison, and a deft chip through to Bermudez. Takes it one-handed and weaves, checks, goes again.
I'm sure she probably would have wanted that to bounce a bit further, but she's done well with that and recycled the ball really quickly for Leanne Infante to go again to her partnership in Zoe Harrison.
She probably would have wanted it more, but the opportunity is still there for her side. And that's a beautiful offload to Corinne Grant, who has also made herself incredibly busy this afternoon in the opening minutes. And now Gallagher and Hardy, and a try. And well, we've been hearing that sound, that noise, that music around Ali Pally for the last few weeks. Emma Hardy into the starting lineup. She's brought it to StoneX.
Yeah, I did not know that was her song of choice. So again, if people don't know, here at Saracens, you get to pick your try scoring song. And yeah, well, I don't know, maybe we haven't heard Emma Hardy score, but yeah, I haven't heard the song, but I think this is an absolute tune, especially from the darts, and obviously Luke Littler's success in making darts super popular. So yeah, it's nice. I'm sure everyone's dancing in the crowd or at home. But again, great continuity there from Saracens. You did see some big hits from Leicester coming in, trying to slow that ball up. But yeah, Saracens' patience and desire to get over the try line, I think, came out on top.
Certainly did. They are motoring forward at the moment, and Harrison, well, that one slips wide, but it's 36-0 to the hosts after 25 minutes. And you can see the replay here. Hardy, Bridger, and it was just lovely interplay again from Saracens, finding the opportunity. And Grant, once she went to ground, well, Sarries were quick and alive to the danger, and there was Hardy going over for the score.
I hope the cameraman's staying in that corner, because I think all the tries have been there, so he should be getting some really good angles for the replays, hopefully on the socials later on this week.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to bring you all of that later on in the week, as Jess said. Put me back to the 9 to 5 already there with what I need to do on the Monday morning. Leicester get us back underway though, and Harrison puts boot to ball, goes to touch, clearance. And that's a booming clearance kick.
Oh, no.
Stayed in play though. And now here come the Tigers. They need to build some phases. They want to build some phases. And they've looked good when they've been able to hold on to the ball. The retention from the visitors has been fantastic. They've just not had enough of the ball so far this afternoon. An opportunity now, though, to try and
what was lifted?
Get that.
That's a knock-on in the tackle.
Knock-on in the tackle, so they have got an opportunity here.
Space here on the edge, I think, if they can
and
get the ball there.
To try and build.
Still a scrum advantage. Still playing. That's a good steal. No advantage knock-on.
Well, there was a knock-on there in the tackle from Saracens. We will be going back to myself and Jess very shortly, but Will Roberts is making his way around the ground today, and he is with the Leicester Tigers head coach Tom Hudson.
Thanks, Harry. Well, Tom, pretty much what can you learn from that opening 20 minutes? Because it must be tough viewing from a Tigers perspective.
Well, there's no learnings from it, because by learnings we'd be surprised or didn't know it was coming. I spoke before about pre-game about reaction from Sarries for Loughborough, and we've seen that. All credit to them. Been made pretty easy for them. You know, I look at little things. I look at 6 restarts, maybe even 8 now we've had. I've seen 6 of them put on the money, 4 of them straight into a penalty. Then you've got a bit of dominance on the set piece, then you give them a few easy metres, and suddenly Saracens, the machine they are, just are on top. So, as I watch here, we've just got to, no lessons, because there's no surprises, we've just got to dig in.
You spoke in the build-up, as we see Tigers heading up into the 22 for the first time in this game. You spoke in the build-up about the changes you've been able to make over the course of this week. Is fluency and sort of combinations in the squad, both sides of the ball, potentially showing this afternoon?
Yeah, I think so.
Advantage on the 9.
I mentioned making it easier for Saracens. It doesn't matter who's been playing for us week in, week out. We have the same training pattern. When you do 15-15 in rugby, it's no secret, both teams are in the same shape.
Okay, you've got an option of penalty.
So what frustrates me in here is, particularly like you look at our attacking shape, I don't think we've done anything other than a shape off guard.
And then playing the 9 over there.
There's no back out the back of that shape, so therefore Sarries can get the line speed that they're known for anyway, and it becomes a very one-dimensional attack. I didn't see what the line break was through there, but just seeing the first line break here, we've got a little bit of territory. We've just got to stick to our process, and with a load of collisions and contacts, we've got to make sure we keep our width.
Now a player advantage, as we've just heard over the PA, a chance for you potentially to get some points on the board here.
Ladies.
Yep, absolutely. Let's see where we get to.
5 given. 5.
Thanks, Tom.
You just help me out with this bit of...
Cheers, mate. Thanks very much. Thanks, buddy.
Well, great to hear the thoughts there of Tom Hudson, and whilst he was discussing that, there was the best moment of the game for
just
his side.
Waiting.
Huge break from Talia Brody and an
Advantage,
opportunity here with
early.
another penalty advantage coming, and Fancy Bermudez in the bin to get the driving maul going. Tigers needed a spark. They found it from Brody. And now they're starting to creep forward and edge forward.
That's down by Tigers.
11 players in there now, 12 joining it, and another penalty coming.
15 early on the lifter.
We'll come back for the penalty, and
early on the
Jess,
lifter.
it's been all Saracens so far. Tigers
That
though,
was down by
Tom
White.
Hudson said pre-match, and he was saying to Will there about showing some grit.
You can have the line
And
out
why
again
have
if
they
you
done
want it.
that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
That
line
was
out
a
again.
fantastic carry by the 8.
No,
Like
not if
great
it's a part of
meters
a line-out
made,
offence.
and then to get the penalty and to put it in the corner, I think is
allow
a
them to come
great
down, please.
opportunity for them, and it just showcased, like I said, they've got that determination and that grit to stay within the game, even though they're 36 points down. They've got that ability to go for the line out again.
Line out time then, that one just over the top, and May Campbell comes away with it. Opportunity knocked for the Tigers, but it's gone away for the moment as Harrison cannons that one into touch and straight onto the head of the 4th official.
Sorry,
Jess, I can hear you cackling in the background.
He put his hands up. Sorry, if we could get that on the replay, that would be funny, because he put his clipboard up to protect his head, and it just hit his clipboard. Look, bong.
He's taking it like a champ. Fair play to him.
Oh, sorry. I feel bad. I'm really sorry. Really sorry.
He's taking it like a champ. One of the friendliest faces that you will see in and around the PWR.
Oh, bless him. He's smiling.
Smiling away with it. And like I said, he's worn that one incredibly well there. And Tigers wearing those tackles from Saracens well as well, because the pressure is coming in and the ball out the back. Another penalty coming for a deliberate knock-on. Jess, after a pretty clean opening 30 minutes, this is starting to stack up now for Sarries.
Yeah, definitely. I think maybe we've got a bit too far ahead of ourselves and maybe letting ourselves go. We've still got 10 minutes left of this first half, so yeah, if we could showcase a bit more like nous in our attack, I think, and in our defence would be better, and to not let them in. I think we just need to give them that ability to stay out of the game. And unfortunately, there, obviously, Fancy Bermudez got the start and had a yellow card. I'm not sure if it was actually her. I would love to really see a replay, but I actually thought it might have been Lottie that put her hands in there.
Let's go, please, be quicker.
But I'm sure the ref got it right.
Either way, though, Saracens are down to 14, and the Tigers, with a bit of time off for a player down, receiving a bit of treatment, are growing into this one. They're starting to get themselves motoring. And let's have a quick look then at this break. We weren't able to bring you the full commentary whilst we were hearing the thoughts of Tom Hudson there, and it was great to be able to hear from him as he was able to talk us through what he was seeing out on the field. And you can see from the scrum here, Jess, Tigers have shored that one up massively, and then Talia Brody with the show and go herself, and then with Gabby Sentence going off to do sevens in a couple of weeks, we might see Brody out there too.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
an electric pace.
So here, oh no, Fancy was there. My bad.
So I think Sharp was one of the ones that Brody had managed to weave her way past in contact, and
so I think she's off feet and slows the ball down. But yeah, anyway, Leicester have the line out and a great carry there by Tash Jones to get them on the front foot.
And here come the Tigers then. They've got a bit of front foot ball here. They're doing well, building the phases, and Donaldson has been popping up all over the park this afternoon for them. Attack, defence, linking the play together.
Ball was lifted,
but it's been intercepted, and Gallagher gets the offload away to Cleal, and Cleal to Grant, and Corinne Grant now checks, goes inside, and she's meters away from the line. Cleal picks, goes herself. Tigers doing well to stem the flow. Gallagher the next, and patience now the word. Campbell going herself. She would love a try today herself, but for the moment her side are building the phases, and Hardy to Harrison to Bridger, and this could be a really popular try. Sophie Bridger, first appearance of the season, been out for so long, and she marks it with a try. Jess, I know she's a player that so many of you in that dressing room are close to. That's a brilliant moment for her.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's really good rugby actually from Saracens there. I think we sucked the Leicester players in, and the forwards did really well to pick and go and get that ability again on the front foot. But then I think good listening from Leanne, and I think it was Emma Hardy actually stood up as first receiver to give that ability to just let the backs have a go and trust that there's space out there on the edge. So I think, yeah, it's a lovely team try, and it's nice to see that Bridgie got on the end of it, obviously being out for a long time. And I think if you can hear it on the comms, you can hear Taylor Swift, her favourite artist of all time, playing around the stadium, so I'm sure she's enjoying that one. I'm sure she's probably singing if we can get a close up on her.
She probably will be. She seems to be wherever she is, around a pitch, around a training field, just around in general life, to be fair, singing along to herself. One of those people that plays with a smile on her face, but pretty much permanently has one on her face, and that's a popular try with Zoe Harrison converting it as well.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see if Leicester can put some pressure on Saracens now and have that ability to attack in the Saracens 22.
Oh, that's another one that's in the air, and the referee.
Okay.
Let's hear what he has to say here.
Okay.
Let's hear what he has to say, because that was a big collision. It's good to see Packer back on her feet.
No, it's fine. It's okay.
But let's hear what the referee has to say.
Yellow cards. If you want to treat her off, that's fine. And if you're happy with her head, yeah.
So you can hear there, yellow card already, completely accidental. Just got the timing wrong, and the referee making no mistake with that one. It's Poppy Clear, actually, the player.
I'm not a teacher. I'm a referee, aren't I?
And let's just listen to the referee and Marley Packer again. You can see there, Marley Packer having a word with him.
Yeah, I think he said, I'm not a teacher, I'm a referee. So I'd love to know what Marley actually said to him. Maybe teaching her or telling her not to do it again. I don't know. It's a tough one, isn't it? Because I think with the new laws out there, with about being like it's a one-on-one. So I think it's a tough one, really. And I hope she's okay actually going off the pitch. She looks in actually some discomfort, so she's probably come out of it actually worse than Poppy did.
For the moment, though, both teams level with 14 players, and Saracens in no mood to slow down. Sharp, the next to have a go. She's hit hard but gets the ball away, and Grant under pressure spills the ball forward, and Emily Henrik there alongside Tess Fury getting the high fives going. Big intervention from the Tigers, back three players there. Because Lottie Sharp was moving again at some pace.
Yeah, definitely. I think sometimes we can see Lottie put it on her left toe, so I think that would have been interesting actually if she'd put it on her toe. But you can see here the possession and the territory stats. I think it shows with the scoreline as well. I think a lot of the territory has been in the Leicester half with Saracens attacking, and same with the possession. I think Saracens have had a lot of ball. Oh, an interception there by, I think that is by Emily Hendrick. So
and boots a ball, and it is Henrik who's chasing through and checking back. But she's given away the penalty for playing the player on the floor. Such great work to get the ball out, and Zoe Harrison stayed down in a bit of discomfort.
Wait, the player's hurt, so we've got a penalty here.
We'll stop there. It's going to be a penalty with Harrison down in a little bit of discomfort, but Tigers they're needing to hunt on scraps at the moment, Jess, and they are making the most of them without getting that last bit of conversion over the line. But they're starting to grow into this game now, and it's what Tom Hudson is going to be wanting to see from a side that he admitted is much changed, and one that he wants to see players standing up from.
Yeah, definitely. I am. It's a great read there on the interception. So yeah, Emily's done really well there, the Leicester player, and then she's put boots ball, which I think is fantastic vision. I actually think it probably should be another yellow card personally. Like, you can't dive on the player. Is actually how you cause injuries to players. It has actually happened to me before, so I do hope Zoe is okay. I know it's not intentional, but we still have the care of looking after players on the pitch. But I do think it is good vision from Emily to put the ball on her toe, and to make it a foot race. But yeah, you can just see there Zoe Harrison has just got up. I think it might be her shoulder that she landed on. So I do hope she's okay. But we do have young Amelia Dougal on the bench, who obviously is a great 10. and is coming up the ranks here at Saracens. And obviously last year when Zoe was out with her ACL, put in a really good shift for us. So I think it is definitely, I'm sure Alex doesn't want to make the substitution, but I'm sure if it's needed, he will make it, especially as we are 43 points up already in this game. I think we've got some more or harder maybe fixtures coming up in the future.
Yeah, okay, through, yeah. Okay, it's penalty. Time back on. Oh, sorry, yeah, just gone.
So, Emily Henrik then, it looks like, has received a yellow card. So
HIA replacement, yeah.
I think it's a
HIA replacement there. A little bit of confusion down below.
Who's going off?
We'll just listen to the referee here just to
13,
confirm what's happening here.
Yeah. Okay, bring her on. Yeah, happy to go.
So there you go, then an HIA replacement. Sarah Nicholas coming on to the field. Emily Henrik off for the moment.
I think that's not a bad substitution to make there. Sarah Nicholas has played a lot of rugby, and I think she'll bring a lot of experience to Leicester.
An experienced head in that Leicester group. And Tigers doing really, really well to keep the ball in play from that penalty.
They got some space here on the edge if they wanted to use the ball, but Tash Jones has opted to go up the middle.
Advantage!
Knock-on coming in though, and a knock-on advantage for Saracens with the final few minutes left of this
knock-on
first
advantage,
half.
don't play!
A minute left on their yellow card as well, as Poppy Cleal finds space, and Zoe Harrison is racing away for a hat-trick in the corner. The fly half, well, that's 9 tries for the season now, 1 behind May Campbell, 2 behind Millie David, and she is enjoying herself out in the sun here in NW4.
I'm not sure if she is enjoying herself, if you can see her face. I do hope she's okay. I think maybe her shoulder is a bit sore. Yeah, I hope no one was able to lip read what she said when she did score the try. I'm sure she didn't mean it, and I'm sure maybe she is in some pain. But I think Alex might make maybe a substitution at half-time, especially with Zoe scoring a hat-trick already.
Great play then from the fly half, and she's lining this one up. She scored 3 tries. All of the tries seem to have been pretty much out wide though, so she's been having to line them up from distance. That one just drifting away to the right of the post, but her side are starting to motor away. 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, she looks in a lot of discomfort there. I think she's taken herself off, or she wants to take herself off. You can see how she's holding her arm. Yeah, I think Alex should, if he's actually listening to our comms, take her off. I think Zoe's someone that doesn't go down that often. Are they replacing her, or we're going to carry on? And I think she does look in a lot of discomfort. So I think you see there, Amelia Dougal taking her trackies off.
Okay, carry on then, thank you.
And potentially maybe coming on. Maybe Gabby said you've only got a minute left of the half.
Sorry,
do you want to carry on?
Well, there you go. They were going to try and get it through because Harrison got back to her feet, but they are now going to make that change. Number 23, Amelia McDougall, coming on then for fly half Zoe Harrison. And there is that change then from the Saracens coaching staff. And whilst obviously disappointing to lose Harrison from the game, safety first for her, and also an opportunity for young Amelia McDougall to control things and steer the ship for the next 40 minutes. Both coaches said before the game that it was all about depth options. For the moment though, we're going to focus on this last bit of play until there's the knock-on. Not quite there. You can hear the wasn't sure word from Marley Packer there, but it's her and Cleo at it again.
Last player.
But just with that, this is going to be the last play of the half. You can hear from the referee. Depth is going to be crucial in these final few rounds. If you're in Leicester's position, trying to climb the table. If you're in Saracens' position, trying to cement a playoff place. So this is a really good opportunity for Amelia McDougall to show that she can step up in those big moments.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I think you could see that at the beginning of the season. A lot of WXV players and international players were away, and the club still had to put out teams, and you saw that at Saracens. I think we went 3 from 3 in the first 3 games of the season. So I think and Amelia played a massive part of that. So she's definitely a very young player, but showcases a lot of good attributes that I'm sure she's probably learned off the likes of Zoe or Duncan coaching her. I wonder what Lottie's going to do with this ball. I think she's just going to kick it out and head into the changing rooms. A great first half for Saracens, 48 points to 0, and I'm sure Leicester will have a few stern words in the changing rooms, and I'm sure Alex will probably have some things to fix up even for Saracens.
So both teams then making their way off the field. It's been a pretty brutal first 40 minutes from Saracens as far as they are concerned. Things still not fully clicking, but they have got themselves into a position where they are going to be pretty happy at the break. Leicester Tigers, stuff to do, words to say, but there has been plenty of fighting spirit from their side. Whether it's the likes of Henrik and Fury in defence or Brody in attack, Tigers have shown they are still up for the fight. We're going to go for a quick advert break, and when we come back, Jess and I will take you through some of the best bits of the first half.
From the Dark Ages to the Digital Ages, as one of the world's largest London metal exchange traders, StoneX is leading the revolution of the base metal market. BM Execute is an online, real-time risk management system for the base metals industry. Easy to use and rich in functionality, BM Execute will allow for easier risk management, real-time views, and reduced operational risk. BM Execute takes base metal trading to the next level.
Jess, we're voice of godding it here at half time. Pretty bitter, pretty cold. So we'll bring you some of the best bits of that first half from here in the gantry before we take a short break and we show you some VTs for you watching along at home as well. Let's look at this first try then. You talked about it when it was happening in real time, but it's all about the deftness of Poppy Cleal.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a great shove there by the pack. The front five have done amazingly well to get Poppy probably on the front foot, and then great knowledge to go down the short side, and then to get Leanne to cut under. I think that's just really good communication and connection there from the 8 and 9, which I think is really important. Like, you need really good connections between partnerships on the pitch, and that includes your 8, 9 and 10, and I think it just shows there Poppy showing and going, and then getting Leanne to cut under. I think it's really nice, and obviously it's nice for Leanne to score on her not retirement.
Whichever one it is, a comeback game, Leanne Infante. She'll stop when she wants to stop, and at the moment the show is going on. But let's look at this second try of the match then. We spoke to her pre-match, but Marley Packer waited all season for a try, and this is a pretty good way of doing it, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Again, another bounce pass. Obviously it's the game of bounce passes, so there Zoe shifting the ball out to Lottie Sharp, and then Lottie Sharp just giving Corin that ability to just have a go on the outside, which I think is really important as an edge player, and then Corin seeing and spotting Marley on the inside to give that inside ball to her, I think is really good, and it just shows that everyone's got that desire to work for the team and to be there for support. So even if Corin did get tackled, Marley would have been there for the breakdown, which I think is really important. And it's nice to see her score on her 100th.
And you just see one more angle here. The hands, the floated, bouncing pass, as you said, Jess, and then once the opportunity was there, quick, soft hands. And Corinne Grant, she's not got her try yet, but on her first start of the season, there's been so much industrious work from the Scottish international.
Yeah, definitely. I just think it's really nice that she spotted Marley early and gave her that ball on the inside. And yeah, you can see Marley running in there, and I'm sure she probably thought, please come, try line, please come.
And it did in the end. Leicester, though, they've not got themselves on the scoreboard yet, but they are more than sticking in the fight. This was that Talia Brodie break.
Yeah, fantastic.
And the Fancy Bermuda's yellow card that followed. But you can see here the speed, but it's the agility as well and the power to get out of those tackles.
Yeah, definitely. It's unlucky there. I think Lottie did get into quite a good position, but not stick the tackle. But you can see the desire there, even in Saracens. I know I am probably hyping Saracens up, even though we got a yellow card. That there was probably 8 people around the ball carrier. So yeah, the desire to get back and not wanting Leicester to score. And I know obviously we gave a yellow card away, but sometimes people say that's like, is it like gamesmanship or something? Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. But talking of, well, not quite gamesmanship, but probably the funniest moment, put it that way, of the half.
Bless him, I feel really bad.
The poor fourth official
laughing.
Down on the halfway line.
I hope someone's got him a hot drink.
Defending his head for his life, and he took it like an absolute
champ.
trooper.
Yeah, smiling. That's it. Oh, bless. No, that probably was my moment of the match, actually, if I'm honest.
Took it like an absolute trooper. It was brilliant to see there, the smiles and fun going on. That's going on pitch side at the moment as well, with a crossbar challenge. Whilst Jess and I go and keep warm and keep getting ourselves rehydrated for the second half, we're not going to be leaving you hanging. Jamie George last week, I should say, made his 300th appearance for the club, and the club media team were on hand to capture some of his special day. And then Jess has her little moment. She was speaking earlier to some of the people that were participating in our pre-match festival this morning. So enjoy those VTs, and we will see you for the second half.
Jinxie, 300. Like, I looked at that yesterday with 300 games, and I thought of the people that have got 300 games. I'm thinking there's not many up there. I've been here a long time, like I'm looking at 20 years, and there's not a lot of people up there that I recognise. The thing that came to me is how special it is. We are privileged, and let's just take a moment when you're watching and listening, because Dale's going to come up in a second, say a few words, and you listen to a few people. Just reflect as well on what an achievement this is, and how lucky we are as a group to be here with him, with Jinxie, to watch it, unfold this week. So Dale's.
Yeah, Jinxie, I mean, 300 caps I think is an unbelievable achievement. Hopefully they put your name up straight when it goes up. But I'm just thinking about like what a Saracen is and why I came to this club. And I think you're a massive part of Saracens, even since when you were a young kid coming through the academy. I know you had some good players around you, but you were pretty good as well. But for me, one thing that stands out, I think TSPDS is said a lot around here. It's said a lot, it's on every wall, all this stuff, but I don't think anybody epitomises it as much as you. And I think the drive you have on and off the field, this multi-million-pound business you've got with Carlton George now, which is going well. I think you can ask everyone, you're probably the most liked person here by an absolute country mile. I think from the young guys in the academy to the older guys and everyone in between, to the coaches, to the backroom staff, everyone. But you've been here the longest that anybody's ever been here. But your drive day in, day out to be a better player is unbelievable. As a 32-year-old, it is a bit of a role model for me as well, which is mad to say, but the stuff you've done in the game to come in every day and want the potential of this group to get better, it would have been easy for you to win everything you've ever won and just sit back and be like, oh, it's been a good career, but you want the next thing. I might speak for everyone in this room to say congratulations. I don't think 300 will, the way that rugby's going now, I don't think 300 will happen again. So really enjoy it. I know you and your family will. And yeah, there's a few messages from some people up here.
Jinxie, 300th appearance this weekend.
Jinx.
Hi Jamie.
Jinxie boy.
Hi Jamie.
Jinxie.
Jamie.
Jinxie, congratulations on your 300th game. It is honestly, you're just an unbelievable player, but even better human being.
Hi, so I've made my way pitch side and I've got 4 girls from Barkburt, so they're going to introduce themselves and say what position they are and what they did today this morning here at StoneX.
Sorry, I'm Lily and I'm a winger.
I'm Lily May and I'm a winger as well.
You can use that one.
I'm Ivy and I'm a second row.
I'm Effie and I play prop. And what did you guys do today this morning here at StoneX?
Played the festival.
Nice. Is it the first time you've played the festival, or?
This festival, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Is it like a win? Did you win, or did you just play games?
The team came second.
Oh, nice. So how many games did you win and how many games did you lose?
We won.
We had 2 teams.
We were kind of split into 2 teams, like, because our team's massive.
Okay.
And then we'd all play like 6 or 5 each, I can't remember.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Oh, that's really good. And you obviously staying to watch the game?
Yeah.
You excited?
Yeah.
You want Saracens to win?
Yeah.
Who's your favourite player at Saracens?
Yeah, you.
Yeah. Anyone else? What about someone on the team sheet today?
I literally can't remember. Yeah. Don't come for me.
Molly Packer.
Yeah,
Molly Packer, yeah, she's got her 100th appearance today, so it's a pretty pretty special day for her today.
That's amazing.
Yeah, many times. Have you got any questions for me?
Yeah, so
How did you start your career?
I started when I was 6 at my local rugby club. And then I just played every Sunday for them down at Chichester Rugby Club, and then went to like county and then like regional stuff, and then got into like England under 18s and 20s, and then obviously played at Harlequins and then have come here.
Nice.
What's it like to play for England?
Ooh, good question. It's an honour, obviously, and I feel really proud every time I get the opportunity to put on an England shirt, especially now we have our names on the back of our shirt. It's pretty special to have my surname, like my family name, on the back of my shirt. So yeah, it's pretty amazing, especially to be able to play at Allianz Stadium in front of 60 to 80,000 people.
Yeah. And what team scouted you?
Ooh, I don't think any team scouted me. No, I think rugby is probably quite different to like football or like netball and stuff.
Like work your way up.
Yeah, you work your way up, and then it's kind of wherever you live, then that's kind of where you play. And then decided to obviously move to Saris 3 years ago.
What happened when you got out of our age group?
What's like under 18s and 16s and stuff? You just go to senior rugby, so you go to like a women's team. So I went to Harlequins because I was part of the England under 20s. So I went to like a Premiership team. But if you're not part of that pathway, you can just go to any local women's team that are playing, because there's lots of them out there and around now.
Oh, nice.
But because you guys came onto the pitch, we'd like to give you tickets to the Exeter game, so our next home game against Exeter, and we would like you to be mascots for the game, if you would like that.
Wait.
If you're free, that's if you're free. Yeah, would you like that? Yeah. Oh, good. Well, I hope you guys enjoy the game, and we'll see you in the Exeter game. Yeah? No worries.
only strong as the Giants, but today we got the chance to be a giant. We got the chance to write the next Arnold Second School. Let's grasp that.
Both teams making their way back out for the second half then. Marley Packer last out there, a wry smile from the Saracens co-captain, and Tigers already out onto the field as well. Hope you have managed to keep yourselves warm if you're watching in the stands. We hope that you're staying warm if you're watching inside. It is bitterly cold here at StoneX Stadium, and Amelia McDougall will get us back underway shortly.
Okay, time on.
There's the shrill brass of the referee. Been told it's supposed to be about 4 degrees here, but I think it is significantly colder than that, and we get ourselves back underway. Amelia McDougall with the touch, and a HIA reversal, it looks like, for Tigers as well. Henrik back on, and Nicholas off the field after that brief little cameo performance.
Hey on. Sorry, I was looking at the players got head injury. I wasn't sure, sorry. Play on, open play. No offside lines. No offsides. No ruck form. Tackle!
And Tigers doing well.
Let go.
Working their way up the field now. It's Brodie again there, having to almost fall over the feet, but does perfectly to hold on to the ball and keep her side going forwards.
She's moving, good effort.
Maxwell, and there is space in behind here for Henrik to chase, but McDougall tidies up and chips through, and that one is staying in field and bouncing around.
Backwards.
And McDougall puts the pressure on.
Wait.
Ball still in play, and Sharp puts her foot down, offloads to her fellow co-captain, and Gallagher now goes away with the ball, and Senft with a big offload, and it's found its way into the hands of Bermudez.
Advantage! Not rolling.
Penalty advantage coming then. Tiana Gordon not rolling away, and that's a big shot coming in there from Tigers. But Saracens come again. Packer one-handed, flinging it out to Cleal, and Cleal with boot to ball, and a chase for Corinne Grant. It's staying in, and then the touchline just about wins that foot race. We'll come back for the penalty though. There's a Tiger player down on their haunches. There's a couple actually. Jess, that was pretty much non-stop there for that first 2 minutes, and we can see a couple of players receiving treatment.
So keep coming.
That was breathless.
If I'm honest, Harry, I actually didn't see it because I was going to get us a coffee and a tea.
2 players down.
Well, I was very grateful for the coffee and the tea.
Yeah,
you are welcome. We had a lot of non-media people as well in our little room, taking our sandwiches and our snacks, but I did welcome them in with open arms, obviously.
You've got too used to this media lark, Jess, as you sitting there spilling all the secrets about the media room here at StoneX Stadium.
No, let's just wait, just in case it stays in.
People who obviously are listening and watching to the game, we have someone else in our ear giving us facts and the camera angles and stuff from, I think it's from the truck, and he just said, sandwiches? I've never been offered a sandwich, so that is really funny.
It's a 2.5 year secret that goes down the drain the moment we get you on comms.
Oh, that is really funny. I'm very sorry. I'll get you a sandwich. I'll save one for you. But sorry, we'll go back to the rugby. It's nice to see that both one of the Leicester Tiger players is up, still one in the corner receiving some treatment.
That was Amanda Swartz that was down, so good to see her back up first of all, but then there's still a player down in the backfield.
It was a nice little kick through from Poppy actually, and some great interplay from Marley and Poppy. Again, it's nice to see them clicking again. Obviously that used to be the Saracens way. A lot of the time, like to-ing and fro-ing from each other, so it's really nice to see that being showcased on the pitch today as well. Amelia drilled that into the corner, a line out here in Leicester's 22. See what the forwards have for us.
Good. Saracens then, well that was clever, that was cute, and that is May Campbell. Quick thinking round the front of the line out, and she marks her 150th with a try to boot as well. All the milestone makers for Saracens getting themselves on the scoreboard, and Jess, that one was super speedy, super quick and super well worked. Yeah, I can't even tell you what happened. I thought May threw it in. Yeah, she did. Here on the replay, it goes to Rosie at the front, and then a nice pass back to May and scoring in the corner. Yeah, I'm sure she loved that one. She does definitely like scoring tries, our May. Oh, and she's got a nice little bruise, a nice little burn on her leg. I'm sure if the camera's got that, I'm not sure if she wants that view actually. Well, you've said it now, so it's out there in the ether as McDougall lines this one up from the touchline. Her first kick of the touch of the match hits the post. Unlucky there from the young fly half, but some strike again from right on the edge with not much to work with, and you can see there as they work back to the replay, moving so quickly that it caught all of us off guard, and May Campbell getting the plaudits and then a big old bruise, as you said, Jess, as well, that she was then happy to show off to everybody, including all of you at home.
Play on. It's good contact.
Back underway, and it's won well by Leicester. It's Gordon who comes away with it, starting to say her name more and more, becoming more and more industrious around the park. Tiana Gordon, and Saracens having to defend because Tess Fury is the next to have a big carry. Lovely little show and go there from Nikki Simpson as well. This is Leicester's best passage arguably of the game, getting the phases going. Yeah, great line speed there by Saracens, but yeah, I agree. Nice continuity there by Leicester to keep the ball, and a great snipe by Jenny Maxwell. Tigers come in again, freeing the hands. The ball is bouncing and bobbling all over the place, and Jones has had to tidy it up. They've lost meters, but they still have possession, the Tigers. They're under pressure.
Good work.
Gordon again with the carry. 3 Saracens on her, and that leg drive adds some valuable meters. Tigers still down to 14 at the moment, but they're doing well with what they've got, Jess. Yeah, definitely. It'd be nice to see if Saris can keep them out, obviously including like penalties, don't give them any easy outs. A great shot there by Akina to ride the Leicester girls back. Great pressure there on the edge by Fancy. And it's picked up, and Bermudez is racing away. All that Sevens experience, all that Sevens pace. The moment she has ball in hand, you are not going to stop her. Leicester have been building the phases, having more possession and territory at the start of this second half, but it's Saracens with 2 quick scores to the good. And then our own song being played in the stadium, so yeah, I'd like to hear that actually a bit more often. So Fancy, if you can get on the ball and score some tries, I like this song. Not doing badly, is she? 2 home appearances, 2 tries for Fancy Bermudez. And you can see here, Leicester were building the phases really nicely, but that Saracens defence was suffocating, and the offload was wonderful, and the speed, Sevens. Yeah, definitely. Great pick up there by Emma Hardy. I definitely didn't see that. Yeah, and a nice little try for Fancy. We can see a substitution being made by Alex Osprey, Leanne Infante off, and Ella on. I think Leanne's played a really good game. It's nice, obviously, to see her get on the score sheet. Yeah, I'm sure she enjoyed that one. Probably a bit too cold for her. And yeah, let's see what
Ella can do. Obviously played a lot of minutes for Saracens, so I'm sure it was nice for her to have a bit of a rest in the first half.
Well, it's not quite a milestone, but it is still a big number, 75th appearance for Ella Viervas for Saracens today, and there will be. Well, the referee is saying we're going to have to get back underway, despite there being a player down in the backfield for Leicester. So the Tigers are a player light at this restart with that injury in the backfield, and Cleo carries hard. Tigers fight over the ball.
Not rolling away quick enough
and
first.
Don't roll, and you can hear it there. An easy let out, an easy get out for Saracens.
Poppy's done really well today under the high balls. I think she's had a lot of pressure. Tash Jones has put them on the 10-metre line. She's nailed them actually every kickoff. So yeah, for Poppy to keep going and going again, I think shows credit in her nous of rugby ability, and yeah.
Okay, with the 15.
Ellen Beaver onto the field for Leicester Tigers as well. And her first job is going to be defending, because Clear has found Hardy, and Hardy is racing free, breaking the line, putting the ball out wide to Sophie Bridger, and the centres combine. It's the first time they've played together in Saracens black, but that looked like they've been doing it for years.
Yeah, it definitely did. It's a great ball again by Poppy. God, I'm saying her name a lot today. Yeah, great line out, great darts from May, getting Rosie fully extended in that line out. And then, yeah, I think Poppy really manipulates the defence there and gets Emma straight through that hole. And I think it's really nice here to see Emma looking for support. I think sometimes, as any players, we can try and want to score ourselves. So it's really nice to her to know that maybe she didn't have the out-and-out gas, and she knew people were coming on her tails, and have that ability to try and find her support. And I think again, credit to Saracens to want to get on our teammates' shoulders and to have that ability to not allow the person to die with the ball. I think is really crucial.
Amelia McDougall then lining that one up, keeping it low, slotting it through. And a great nudge again from the fly half. Comes through the Oaklands College pathway for Saracens. Eva Donaldson in the second row for Leicester Tigers, a fully fledged international now, but came through that university route, that Buck Super Rugby pathway. And Jess, you were asked at half time about your route into rugby. There's so many options, so many gateways into the game now, whether it's university, coming up from the clubs, academies. And
I should put it on the money again. Sorry, Harry, I know you were asking a question.
We'll come back to it. The kick was wonderful. We'll stick with that for the moment.
Tash Jones has put in their restarts on the money every time, and I just think it gives Leicester that opportunity to maybe win the ball back, which I think is really important.
Saracens for the moment though are coming forwards, and whilst they do, Jess, just to touch on that, there are so many avenues now into the game for people, and it's what we need going forward, growing in 2025.
Oh, 100%, Harry. I think it's really crucial that there's lots of different ways that you can play rugby. You can play at clubs, you can play at university, you can obviously play socially, you can play different versions of the game, which I think is really important. And yeah, the young girls asking me to say how I started or how I got into it. For me, it obviously was playing at my local rugby club, but I know a lot of girls play at university, and that's how they get into it. And I think they then are an international from just playing at university, so only have just picked up the ball at 18, and then some have been internationals a couple of years later. So yeah, you can find it any way, shape or form, really.
And you can discover players all over the place as well. I think Sharifa Kasolo for Saracens is a prime example of that. But for the moment, it's Georgia Evans galloping free, finding Rosie Gallagher. And as Kelsey Clifford G's her on the second row, goes over for another try. And when we saw the centres a moment ago, Bridger and Hardy in full flight, now the second rows are having a go.
Yeah, it's just really nice to see playing rugby, like free flowing rugby, and to see the second rows linking up. And again, like Georgia didn't have that so-called white line fever, which I think is really important. She made the initial line break, which was fantastic, a great ball by Amelia. And then wanted support on her outside, and I think that's really crucial. And I think we've showcased that a lot today, that our support lines have been as important as the line breaks.
And those support lines, like you said, have been wonderful, have been really, really crucial for this side, and they've taken them up now beyond the 70-point mark. And McDougall, well, anything Zoe Harrison could do in the first half, Amelia McDougall is continuing with in the second. Wonderful kicking from the tee, and Saracens, well, they are going to be very, very happy with their afternoon's work so far here today. We will bring you a quick update as well from the other game today, the Gloucester Hartpury match. So again, if you don't want to hear it, then this is your countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's 24-12 to Gloucester Hartpury. But now Jess is applauding. May Campbell making her way off the field. Her day is done on her 150th. A try to boot as well, and you can see her getting the applause, getting the fist pumps from her team as she makes her way off. Her day is done. Another great display from the hooker back row. Who knows these days? She can do everything.
Okay.
Tigers have a penalty though. A deliberate knock on from Senft. And again, Jess, you said it. That's all coming from all of those kickoffs.
Yeah.
Jones again, right on the money.
Yeah, I don't know how. Obviously, if people saw it, obviously they did watching it. But Saris tried to get a lifting pod up on that restart, and I think that's good knowledge to know that Tash Jones has obviously been kicking in the same area of the pitch every time. So yeah, having that ability and that confidence, just to be like, oh yeah, we're going to put a pod up here.
1-3-6.
I think it's really important, and some more substitutions. Akina Gonway coming off, Kelsey Clifford and Gabby Sent coming off for Carmen, Maya and Lou McMillan. So yeah, great subs to come off the bench, and these three have done a massive shift in the first 53 minutes.
Their day is done. Sent's time in the PWR for the next few weeks is done as well. She's going to be going straight over to the Sevens programme with Canada for a round after this.
No.
But Tigers for the moment coming forward through Gordon. Saracens making 3 changes, but Leicester, they don't want to wait around for that. They are going to be hunting for an opportunity, and Donaldson, the next to have a go, the Scottish second row. They're starting to get the phases going here, Leicester, but this Saracens defence is suffocating them. Picking up and going again and getting the hands free. They're having to check and find opportunities wherever they can. Jones is the next to have a look.
Yeah, it's really good line speed, I think, from Saracens. Obviously, it's giving putting a lot of pressure on Leicester, and they actually have really good shape and attacking ability. But I think the line speed that Saracens are putting on them is negating that. And then Tasha Jones has had to put boot to ball, and a great take there by Lottie Sharp in the air. A great carry there by Georgia Evans, gives that ability for Ella to have quick ball, and then Amelia Dougal snipes and goes, and then gives it to Fancy.
It's the inside pass again. Viervas, has she got the legs? Not quite, and the ball is bouncing, bobbling.
Okay.
Goes forward,
no attempt to wrap 10.
A yellow card. Leicester, number 8. It sounds
10 yellow card, late, no attempt to wrap.
No attempt to wrap on Fancy Bermudez, and you can hear that, another yellow card coming. Bermudez is back up to her feet. Let's have a look then at this replay. It's a wonderful offload from McDougall. And then, you can see there, just as it goes off, it's Natasha Jones to 10 with the yellow card, making her way off. Saracens looking to keep the offloads going, not quite clicking, but Jess, full flight again from Fancy Bermudez. Wonderful to see.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's something that we want to see more often. Having that ability to give her the ball early and just let her running legs keep going. I think it's really important.
Yeah, please do.
It's a shame, really. I know it's horrible to say, but for Leicester to lose their 10, hopefully they'll someone else in the back line will be able to step up and give that direction for Leicester. But it was a great break, great show and go initially by Amelia McDougall.
And a pretty decent nudge as well up towards the 22. There has been changes for Saracens. There is a Leicester player down, just receiving a little bit of treatment as well, so we'll have a bit of time off. And Bryony Field on now with Maya Montiel and Carmen Trevelling.
which you can't stop it every time you have a bit of momentum in the game. All right, I'll bear with the moment with this.
I think, Jess, a feature and a theme today has been all
Go,
about
go, yeah,
depth and rotation and options. And I think we saw against Bristol how much she made an impact when she came onto the field. A player like Carmen Tremeling to have in your squad coming on and making an impact is so good and adds so much option in that front row.
Yeah, definitely. Her and Aquino have been great signings from Worcester.
No, ball's good.
They've really come into the team and the programme really well. And yeah, I just think the depth, and they've wanted to learn, which I think is really important, and it just shows that they haven't just come in and thought, oh, I should play. They've wanted to learn off the other, props that are within the team, and I think that's what's really crucial. And here you see the backs getting the ball.
Here they go then, it's going wide and Sharp is pulled down, agonisingly close. Viervas to Gallagher, checks and goes herself, wants a second. They go the other way though to Bermudez, and Tigers doing well to wrap her up. She gets the ball free, and Viervas, Cleo now goes route one. It's all a bit messy from Saracens, but this is better now. Going into that phase play,
penalty
Evans,
advantage,
and a penalty advantage coming, not rolling away. So Packer, quick retention. McDougall has seen the space. It's cross field. It's bouncing, and it's just gone over the heads of Corinne Grant, and Amelia Tutt will come back for the penalty though for Saracens. And you've got a penalty advantage, Jess, you might as well give it a go.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a good option to have under your sleeve to hit the crossfield kick. I think they're a really hard skill to get right. I think both. It depends obviously on the kicker and the catcher. So yeah, I think it's really tough. I think we're going to go for a tap and go here, Saracens. I'm sure this is something they've been practicing in the week.
Well, we looked at one of their set moves against Leicester earlier in the season.
You didn't tap it.
And well, there you go. They didn't tap it actually from the base, Viervas. So after all of that, we'll come back for a Leicester scrum. So much for the set move and the big build-up. It will be a scrum for the visitors. Not much has gone wrong for Saracens so far today, and Jess, you can see here with that stat, there you go, 14 offloads to Leicester's 3, 13 visits into the 22, 12 tries out of those 13 visits. That is not just clinical, that is incredible.
Yeah, I'm sure Alex will be very happy with that stat and that ability to be able to execute when we're in the 22. I think we've taken a lot of learnings, obviously, from the loss last week to Loughborough.
Saracens though getting the shove on Jess. Sorry to jump over you.
I can't allow
They've got
advantage.
the penalty advantage coming.
Penalty here, your ball.
And Viervas thought she'd be able to get over, but the penalty had already been given, so we'll come back and perhaps you might have another opportunity here to get the tap right.
Yeah, it was quite funny actually, if you could hear on the ref's mic, I'm pretty sure one of the Leicester players said tap it this time, Saris. So yeah, oh yeah, and off we go. Ella tapped it, Marley carrying just straight off the line.
And now here we go, Gallagher wants the second but finds Hardy, and instead it's the outside centre who gets that try, and there is that music blaring again. We've not heard it so far this season, but Jess, you're enjoying it, we're all enjoying it, and Emma Hardy is enjoying an unexpected start after that late move into the starting 15.
Sorry, no, I just, yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I think it's a great set move here, the tap and go. Dominant carry there by Marley Packer, and then a quick recycle of the ball. Great line there by Georgia. I think it sucked at least one or two players in, and then yeah, great handling I think there from forwards and backs. I think which is really crucial in a team of 23. Harry, my question is to you, and I'm sure maybe in the comments people don't want this, but do you think we could get to the 100 mark in 20 minutes?
Well, we'll have to see what happens. We'll also have to see that grit and desire from Leicester, though scoreless on the board thus far, but they have been continuing to push, continuing to give everything that they've got, and they have had opportunities. They've just not quite been able to convert when we've got down
4 minutes
into those positions. And I think you look at that, Jess, that stat, add that extra try in there now, that for Saracens is 14 visits, 13 tries. Leicester have only had 3 visits into that 22, and when you've not really had that opportunity, it's really difficult to get going.
Yeah, I think it is really tough, and like I've said previously, they've actually had some really nice attacking shape, but it's just keeping the ball and recycling and getting over the gain line with their carries. I think is really important for Leicester, and I'm sure they'll obviously review this game and go into training next week with a lot of pointers and. Yeah, they've had a really big fight there. We've knocked the ball on the floor, so they've got this opportunity now for scrum to get the ball out, and maybe we can see Brodie pick off the base again and get her team on the front foot, which will be exciting.
Yeah, everyone.
Changes coming up for the Tigers as well.
2 wide replacements.
Down below us, Alana Bainbridge readying herself to come on at, you would imagine, hooker, and yes, it is in place of Nikki Simpson. Simpson is a player that's shown a lot of hard graft today in and around. It's been a difficult day for that Tigers front row, but she's continued to work and power herself through the last 62 minutes. And Alana Bainbridge then coming on with that black scrum cap to see what she can do in the last 20 minutes or so.
You're quite far across, you happy with that? Crouch! That's better. Bind! Set.
And whilst this Leicester scrum is going on, then Will has made his way up to the Saracens coaching box to hear the words of Director of Rugby, Alex Osterbury.
Well, Alex, in terms of a response from Loughborough, is this probably the ideal scenario you'd like to see out there on the pitch today?
Yeah, absolutely. First half very clinical, energised and executing well, and the first 15-20 minutes of this half the same. So particularly pleasing was the defensive set that led to the score in the corner. So it's a very positive response from last week, but more importantly, it's a step forward for who we want to be as a team. We've talked a lot over the last couple of weeks about our identity and what we need to do to be at our best, and we're looking some real positive steps forward today.
In what's going to be an incredibly tight season, how important is not just winning, but winning really well? Points difference is going to become so crucial at the end of this campaign.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, you've got to pick up your points, and points come from playing well. We need to make sure we get the wins, and today we're in a position where we've taken care of that. And then where you can, you don't want to be conceding tries that are unnecessary. Like giving away a bonus point or losing losing bonus point to someone because they get close to you. So building that points difference is important. So to do that against a strong fighting Leicester team, we've got to make sure we stay clinical. We've got to make sure we stay to our standards. And this last 15-17 minutes, we've got to make sure we keep executing.
Thanks, Alex. Back to you, Harry.
Bind. Set.
Great to hear the thoughts there of Director of Rugby, Alex Osterbury, talking about the importance of points difference at the end of the season. Jess, as you were touching on there, and as Poppy Cleo's pass is intercepted, Saracens will have a second bite of the cherry with this penalty, one that you expect will go to the corner now. With how tight this league is, Gloucester getting another 5-point win, it looks like now, under pressure though from Loughborough Lightning. Bonus points and points difference are going to be critical.
Absolutely, and I think it's really important that we keep going and we try and score as many points as we can and try and negate Leicester scoring any points. I think twice now we've seen Emily Hendricks get interceptions, and I think we just need to be careful of that, especially maybe as we get a bit tired and we loosen up a bit. I think she's definitely looking for those opportunities. I know obviously we were under penalty advantage then, but I think we just need to make sure we see the pass, obviously.
Line out for Saracens here then hasn't quite worked, and it's come back in to the hands of the Tigers. A change for the visitors as well. Then number 19, Clodagh Dunn, coming on for her Tigers debut.
Hold white. Good, now good.
Another new face in the PWR, and Tigers strengthening their reinforcements going into the back end of the season.
I don't commit to it then,
And Natasha Jones returning back to the fray as well. Two changes also for Saracens. It's Joya Bennett and Isla Alejandro making their way on to the field. Lottie Sharp making her way off, and Marley Packer coming off as well. So no hat-trick today for the co-captain, but a huge ovation for her as she comes off, applauds the crowd. And you can hear the ovation there from the crowd. You may have been able to hear Jess's ovation next to me as well,
I have
fully
learned
deserving of that
to mute
today.
my mic though, Harry. That's obviously come from the first couple of times I've done it. But yeah, credit to Marley. But I think she's had an absolutely outstanding game, and a well-deserved little rest in the heated seats, actually, in the dugout.
Well, at least she's got the heated seats. We're up here for the next 15 minutes, freezing our fingers and toes. But for the moment, Saracens are hunting even more. There is Packer down on the bench, and Tigers doing really well to get over the ball there, looking to affect the turnover. But Viervas has gone hunting, got the ball away, and now Saracens are moving through the phases again. Bridger the next to have a carry. Gordon with the turnover though, and Tiana Gordon. Saracens might be frustrated with the opportunity missed, but that is the fight from the Tigers 6 that Tom Hudson will be watching and taking note of for the final 5 games of the season. Ignoring the heart though, Jess, that was also textbook, a wonderful turnover.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like I say, it's the heart and the desire to keep going as Leicester negate Sarries to have the ability to score again. I think it's really important. And we see Leicester making a substitution.
So that was Gordon's last involvement. Jordan Russell, formerly of Gloucester Hartpury, coming on to the field. She made a big impact at the start of the season for the Tigers. Saw Brodie's break in the first half. Check out some of her breaks that she's made in the Tigers jersey this season. They have been incredible. McDougall though with the chip over the top for Cleo, and Cleo frees the hands. That was stunning play by the replacement fly half in the 8, and the bounce of the ball and the pass, and Alejandro is going to have a walk in. Saracens keeping things moving again. It might not quite have been that conventional, but it's worked wonders, and Isla Alejandro, a late call into the side, has got herself on the board as well.
Harry, what was that again? What kind of pass was that?
It was a bounce pass,
It
Jess.
was undefendable. I think that should be the title of the YouTube. Bounce pass, undefendable game by Saracens versus Leicester Tigers. I think they are. Do they just undefendable? I think it's a great nudge there by Amelia Dougal. Great chip over. Poppy regathered, passed it off to Emma, and then you see Ella getting in the ruck there as your 9. She didn't just wait for the supporting players to do that job. I think it was really crucial that she saw that she was the first person there, and got over the ball to secure it, to then give the ability for Isla to score on the edge.
And as McDougall lines this one up, and has it quite got the legs? Yes, it does. She slots it perfectly. I think a word as well for that audacious take from Poppy Cleo from that chip through from Amelia McDougall. Wonderful play all round. You can see this replay here.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. Great little chip and regather by Poppy. I think she's having a pretty good game, don't you think, Harry?
Well, funny you should say that, Jess, because I'm going to give you your 5-minute warning as to who your player of the match is going to be. There's going to be some contenders across the board today for Saracens, and there's been some players that have really stuck in the fight as well for Leicester.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to put some suggestions in the comments, I would love that, because the last couple of times I have had some people say to me, oh, well, why not me, or why not this person? So if you want to have your say, please put it in the comments who you think the player of the match should be.
So there you go then, get involved, tell us who has impressed you here this afternoon at StoneX Stadium, and we will be speaking to whoever is chosen as the player of the match at the final whistle. We'll also be hearing from both of the coaches, and we will be listening to the thoughts of Marley Packer as well after her 100th appearance for the club. There was another absolutely monstrous collision coming in there though, Jess, whilst I was going through what we've got for you post-match, and Leicester have done so well to keep ball in hand under that pressure. But definitely. It's bounced, it's gone behind, and it's now a foot race, and Bridger controls it, drops it on the line. Oh, she is going to be disappointed there. You can see the frustration in her face. So close to another try from the inside centre. And again, wasn't quite able to control it and get it down at the end there, but you've got to credit Tess Fury just for asking the question.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's something that you're in two minds about. You think, do I wait for the ball to go over the line, or do I carry the ball over the line? You just don't know where it's going to bounce. You don't know if a Leicester hand is going to come in there and dive and touch it down. So yeah, it's definitely a tricky decision. But great to put it on her toe again to kick the ball through after the drop ball.
And Natasha Jones is off as well. Sarah Nicholas, you can see there with the restart on in her place, and Saracens
advantage Tigers, knock on,
trying to get the hands flowing, and a knock on there.
Release.
In a bit of traffic for Sophie Bridger.
Still playing it.
Still playing. You can hear the referee, and a bit of a bounce and a bobble all over the place.
One there and one over here, so we have a scrum here.
So we'll come back. It'll be a Leicester scrum after all of that, but Saracens are right down in the position they want to be in.
Harry, I see lots of cowboy hat emojis on the
Tigers 9 replacement.
The comments on.
You have seen some cowboy
YouTube.
Some cowboy hats coming in there, Jess. But before we go back to that, a big moment for Amy Ralph here as well. Her 50th appearance for Leicester Tigers, matching the milestone today that was also hit by Morgan Richardson.
Yeah, I think it's amazing to be one of the first to get 50 appearances for your club, and she should be very honoured and proud of herself. I think she's been a credit to Leicester, and she's a great 9 for them to have on their team.
One of those players that's been there since the start as well, obviously hitting that 50th appearance, but somebody that has continued to grow and develop with this Tigers side as they continue to grow and develop. And there's her first touch, putting the ball in for Brodie to carry down the short side, finding Fury, and she kicks into the backfield, and it's bobbling and bouncing a little bit. Tidied up though by Alejandro, and a huge shot coming in from Jordan Russell. We said she had pace when she came onto the field. The back row, the first there to the threat. Vivas, it's a bouncing, bobbling pass again, and Evans to Bermudez, and Bermudez back to Evans. It's glorious rugby from Saracens, and Evans rides the tackle, continues to go, and Georgia Evans eventually is hauled to ground. Somehow she's kept that in play.
I don't know how she has not been pushed into touch, but it's a great carry there by Georgia Evans. Great 1-2, I think, from the players down the left-hand touchline.
You are actually, yeah.
You can see this replay here. It's the bounce pass again, as you said, but then the interplay from Bermudez and Evans riding the tackle, eventually forced into touch, knocking the ball on into touch as she looked for the offload. And it's Amanda Swartz coming across again there with a try saver for her side. Not had much ball in hand opportunity in attack, but she's been showing what she can do in defence.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that's really important. Like you say, it's that dedication and that desire for the opposition not to go over the try line again, and I think that's what she's shown a lot in this game.
Saracens though have got the ball, and Bridger this time will not be denied. Rounding through and under the posts, Sophie Bridger has another, and I think it may well be.
I think that is a hat-trick. Nice work, Bridgie. I think that's brilliant. I think it's the set move off the scrum. Great play by Poppy Cleal. And I don't know what the comments are saying, but I know we've had a lot of hat-tricks within the game today, but I think the person that's actually been behind it all and the continuity and the interplay throughout the team has actually been Poppy Cleal, and she will be my player of the match today.
So there you go then. We'll show you that on the graphic in a second, but Poppy Cleal, Saracens number 8, back in the starting 15, and she is Jess's pick today for the player of the match. McDougall converts again, takes her side up to 95.
I think there has, I obviously will shout out some players. I think Leanne Infante had a brilliant first half. And obviously Zoe Harrison had a brilliant first half, getting a hat-trick, and Bridger obviously coming back from injury and glandular fever to now get a hat-trick, I think is phenomenal, and I'm sure she'll be absolutely buzzing. And I think the whole pack actually has had a really good performance. The ones that started and the ones that have come off the bench, I think have played really well. They've definitely got us on the front foot with their carrying, and I'm sure Alex will be really happy because that's what the notes were for after the Loughborough game. So yeah, we'll see how the last 6 minutes play out of this game, but yeah, Poppy Cleal is my player of the match.
back in the starting lineup and making up for lost time after a few weeks out of action. Gallagher, though, that was lovely interplay, and Saracens are looking to come again in waves here. Viervas to Gallagher. And Hardy steps, checks, goes, and the ball that's knocked on as she looked to free it for Louise McMillan. It's a penalty for Tigers as well, playing the ball on the floor and a little bit of a tap there. And Tigers, well, they wanted to go quickly, but the ball has been kept in play and cannoned down, initially down the field, but then straight out. And actually, in the end, that's a big win for Leicester Tigers. They'll have the opportunity to set the attack up from this line out. And I think, Jess, we got just under 4 or 5 minutes left of this one. The scoreboard is the scoreboard, that can't be changed, but I think the heart, the desire, the grit that this Leicester Tigers side have shown today has to be applauded. They've not given up, they've stayed in the fight throughout. Yeah, absolutely, and yeah, it's a credit to them as a team. A lot of rotation within their team, so they're probably missing a lot of, or some of their starting players, like the likes of Meg Jones and Amy Cocaine. But yeah, they've definitely shown a lot of heart and a lot of dedication to this game, and they should be really proud of themselves. I have actually got a question to our camera team. Is the sunset looking nice? I'd love an angle of the sun really quickly, because it looks like it's gleaming off the stand, and it looks glorious. Obviously, me and Harry are on the other side, it's freezing, but it does look really nice as Saracens pack down for a scrum just on the 10-metre line. Tell you what, Jess, it also looks warm, which is something that I don't think either of us are at the moment. I did actually get gloves for Christmas, if anybody wanted to know. I shouted it out in the last time we were on the comms, and they asked for Santa to get me some gloves, and I got some gloves for Christmas, so thank you, Santa. Advantage! Well, thank you, Santa, indeed. And Saracens, then, they have the advantage, and they're looking to come again as Alejandro sweeps that one out to Grant, and it's just lost forward. We'll come back, though, for the penalty at the scrum.
He's on 10, wasn't it? Put it back further.
And the referee just making sure he is in the right place.
Pulling out the contest.
It was a nice move there by Saracens. I'm sure that's something that they've practiced.
Yeah, 10's good.
On training nights. There was definitely options inside and outside of every ball carrier, so I think that's really important. It's just a shame that we couldn't execute that on the edge. But the kick hasn't.
Foot was on the touch line.
It looked like it hadn't made touch, but I think the touch judge on the far side said it was in touch.
You could hear the referee there saying foot on the line, despite the best efforts out on that far side.
I'm still waiting for my sunset shot.
And Saracens then off the top, McDougall to clear again, and Bridger spinning it wide, and Alejandro arriving at pace, and Alejandro will not be denied. She goes over and brings up the century for her side. The speed from Isla Alejandro there, Jess, but the acceleration onto the ball, the pass was right in front of her. That was just scintillating, sublime, beautiful by Saracens.
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking great depth by Sophie Bridger out the back, and great depth by Isla as well. It just gives that ability to put the ball in front of someone, not having them to change their pace, and Isla has pace to burn. She is very quick, a rapid girly on the edge, and yeah, it's fantastic to see her come off the bench and score 2 tries, so yeah, super proud of her.
Great for Isla Alejandro, as you said, Jess, coming off the bench, not knowing until the last minute that she would be involved today in the team as well, and taking her opportunity. McDougall then lines this one up, and that one's just drifting to the right.
She had the pressure of going over 100, didn't she?
Well, at least they've hit it from her side. But I think Zoe Harrison obviously got that hat-trick in the first half. Got to mention the work of Amelia McDougall in the second half.
She's done really well. She's stepped up really well in that 10 shirt, and I think it's really crucial that, like you say, we had that strength and depth. But I think overall the team has played really well today, and I think it's really important from after that loss at Loughborough. I think it's really important that we bounce back today, and I think we've definitely played or found our Saracens way again, which is really important.
Bounce back ability, the word of the day. We've also found out that the electronic scoreboard here at StoneX Stadium doesn't go to 3 figures. So I think there was a shot of that you saw on your screens a couple of moments as well.
Well, that is a shame it doesn't go to 3 figures. But we know it is, and maybe that's something that they can change in the future, Harry.
It is something to work on, at least here at StoneX Stadium. It's not often, though, that you see these types of scorelines. Leicester, though, final moments of the match, as the gong goes, will want to respond, and Brodie is a player who has been industrious as ever today. She's kept going from minute 1 to minute 80, trying to put her side on the front foot. Perhaps a hint of a knock on there, but the referee, he does eventually get there, and that is the final whistle. Saracens then 16 tries to the good, a century of points, and there is Marley Packer making her way onto the field. A landmark day for her and May Campbell, landmarks today as well for Morgan Richardson and Amy Ralph. And Sarah McKenna, not playing today but in the coach's box, an eye to the future there with the experience that she brings.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'd like to say a few words on Marley and May. They both have had very outstanding games today and showcased their ability and what they're about, and how they've adapted and made Saracens better as a team and as a club, and it just shows with the performance they had today and how many appearances they had as well. So congratulations to May and Marley. I hope they enjoy this evening and the rest of the weekend. It's an amazing achievement, and yeah, looking forward to a rest weekend this weekend. So nothing more from me and Harry, and then Harlequins away at the Stoop, which will be, I'm sure, a battle for the team.
Like you said, Jess, some lovely words there. Big matches still to come for Saracens. A big scoreline today, but plenty of challenges to come. A couple of London derbies against Harlequins and Trailfinders. You suspect that they will be the games that determine how this top 4 race goes before a big clash here at StoneX Stadium on the 15th of February against Leicester Tigers, and then Sale Sharks to finish off the regular season. You can see some of those celebrations and moments down on the field. A lovely moment there for those milestone makers for Saracens, and Leicester Tigers, they'll have to lick their wounds, but they as a squad and Tom Hudson as a coach are going to have learned an awful lot today about what they've got in the tank going into the last few games of the season as well.
Yeah, definitely. You can see both the huddles getting together on the pitch. I think it's probably quite a tough Leicester huddle, but I'm sure the right words are being said, and same in the Saracens huddle. I'm sure Alex is pretty ecstatic with that win, and yeah, it's super exciting, and you can see there Marley Packer talking, and I'm sure she's probably proud to lead the team today, as well as Lottie.
Mic 1. Just testing mic 1.
A slight loss of power there, but I think you can be forgiven. We're going to take a short break. Jess and I are going to make our way pitch side, and then we'll be bringing you all of that post-match reaction.
Here we go, Women's Rugby World Cup, England 2025.
Le moment tant attendu approche. Le public est prêt.
I was born for this.
Would you write off the reigning champions?
A new generation of players ready to set the tournament alight.
Mais t'as vu le dernier match de Mana FE? Elle a dominé.
La plus jeune capitaine française de l'histoire est gonflée à bloc.
Ellie Hildan scores all tries.
England are surely still hurting, but that was then. This is now.
Everything's at stake here. Other teams are hunting Renee Holmes and the Black Ferns. Manuela's so tough, can she carry the nation to glory?
These players keep raising the bar higher and higher in search of rugby immortality. When this tournament's over, who will history remember?
I'm Amber Shonnet.
Simi Pam.
Roisin McBrien. I'm a tattoo artist.
I'm a locum doctor.
I help people achieve their financial goals. I'm powered differently.
Lizzie Golden. Sydney Gregson.
Freya Orkin.
I'm a solicitor. I'm a teacher.
I'm a marine biologist. I'm powered differently.
Definitely. Karis Cox.
Lucy Nye.
Isla Curfew.
I'm a registered nurse.
I'm a flight lieutenant in the Royal Air Force.
I work in construction.
I'm powered differently.
All I asked for was energy and effort.
I thought there was so much love about that performance.
We're not as strong as the Giants, but today we got the chance to be a giant. We got the chance to write the next Arnold Secondary School. Let's grasp that.
congratulations, big win for your side today. You were Jess Breach's pick as player of the match. Pretty industrious, popping up all over the place. How much did you enjoy it out there?
Yeah, it was good fun. On the back of last week, we knew we had to come out and run some things a lot better than we did before, and we've been practicing in training and just having a lot of self-reflection and awareness, and I think this week we executed way more. We're still, the bounce pass is undefendable, and a couple of those were very lucky on those bounces, but yeah, I think that we still got work to do, but this is a great stepping stone to launch us into the end of the season, because there's not long left now.
Like you said, not long left, 4 big matches to come. A response was needed today, you certainly found it. Where do you feel you're at as a side going into this final 4 games? Yeah, we're fighting for the 4th place, for the last playoff spot, so we're deep in a battle. We know our backs are against the wall, and we desperately want that semi-final. We'll go away, home, wherever we'll go, we just desperately want that semi-final, so we've really got to work hard these last 4 games, make sure we can get 1 foot in the door and then complete the job by the end of the season. And just the last one then, on a personal note for you, back in the starting 15 today as well, carving up like you've never been away, latching onto those kicks through, getting the offloads going. How much are you enjoying your rugby right now and that freedom you seem to have? I don't think we can speak about me today. When Marley gets her 100th and May gets her 150th, I think that's an incredible feat. I think May took her 2 years to get 50 caps. That's incredible. In week out, turn up the team, not being injured, just that durability is incredible. And then Marley, she just drives this team forward. You always want her out there with you, and I think that performance there was a reflection on them and all their hard work for the last how many seasons they've been here at Sarries. Some lovely words there, Poppy. Congratulations on player of the match, congratulations on the win, and thanks very much for chatting to us. Thank you. Alex, you said you wanted to see your side bounce back. They certainly did that today. That was some showing. Yeah, no, really pleased and proud with the relentless nature of the performance. Sometimes when games get a little bit big early, it can kind of then meander, but I thought we did a really good job of taking control of the moments, and when we started slipping off our levels of execution, we found our way back to them quite quickly. So really proud with the effort, with the execution, and ultimately, it's a big result in terms of getting the 5 points, but also building that points difference. You were talking about the points difference in game, and you were chatting to Will. How crucial do you think that may be come the final reckoning? Yeah, maybe where you've got the opportunity to be clinical, whether that be denying teams scoring points against you, denying those try bonus points, or they're all really monumental in what might happen. So I'd rather us take care of business when we've got the opportunity rather than leave it to chance or another team sneaking in 3 points difference, and we know it's going to be very tight to get in that top 4, so anything that we can do to build that, we will. A day for milestones, and we'll touch on those in the last question, but Poppy Clear was the player of the match. You were walking over with me there, had a smile on your face when I said, how good was she today for your side? Yeah, well, look, Poppy's an outstanding player and has been for a very long time for this club. And some of the ball carrying when she's at her best is when she's been very dominant there, but her link play, her ability to put people in. And the biggest thing today was the bravery with those restarts. She got taken out a couple of times in the air. It might shy away from it, but we know what Poppy's like. She'll come to the fore when the pressure's on. She'll keep putting her body on the line, and she can be immensely proud of that performance. And just a final one then, you talk about immense pride there. Marley Packer 100, May Campbell 150, Sophie Bridger back from injury and scoring tries as well. A great day for the 3 of them. Yeah, fantastic. We take that May's 150th, brilliant. Her quality and consistency of form over the last few years is up there with anyone in the league. She's been an absolutely fantastic servant to the club, and I have no doubt that will continue. Hopefully for a lot more time to come. And then Marley, to put in that level of performance today with some of the things that have been in the media, it's
absolutely fantastic. She shows that she doesn't need a captain's armband to be a true leader, and she's certainly still up there with people who can put some of the best performances in World Rugby, and we're very lucky to have had her in a Saracens shirt for as long as I had. Really happy that that's the game where she gets 100th cap, and again I look forward to seeing what she can do not just this season but in seasons to come.
Alex, some lovely words there from yourself. Congratulations on the result today. It's freezing, so I'm going to let you go in and get warm.
Thank you. Cheers, Harry. Cheers.
My relationship with Sarries probably started when I was a supporter as a kid. I remember going and watching my first game actually at Vicarage Road against Gloucester, and I think from then I just knew that's where I wanted to be on that pitch. My dad actually was an avid Wasp supporter, so he wasn't a big fan of the idea, but no, I was always a local boy. My best mates had like a season ticket. He always brought me, and from there sort of never looked back. Like, been in love with the club since I was like a little boy. That was first year. When I thought I could make it into sort of the Sarries group was sort of when I got into the academy. I actually did the Max Malin's arc, so I started playing fly half as a kid, and then as soon as I signed, moved from fly half to 12 after my first year, from 12 to 15, and then in the under 26 Nations first game on the wing. So transitioned from fly half to further away out. I think over the last year when I've really sort of adopted myself to that role on the wing, I've actually found loads of enjoyment in it, sort of buying into it. I was quite hesitant to go on the wing at first, just because I'd never played there before, and it felt like quite a late change. James Tyrrell, who's a big supporter from when I was young, he said, on the wing, I think you can really stand out and sort of make it your own. I genuinely believe that his best interest was in sort of my career. So when he said, I really think you can do well in this position, I sort of, trusted him, and obviously made a pretty good call.
Welcome back then. We said we were going to be hearing from the Saracens co-captain Marley Packer. 100th appearance, I set up in commentary, waiting all season for a try, and then like London buses, 2 of them come along at once. That was a real statement performance from your side, but for you as well today.
Yeah, definitely. I think for me, playing here at Saracens, like, I love it. Like, when I signed back in 2017, it was what I was all about. We wanted to play front football, we wanted to be ruthless, and in my time here at Saracens, that's definitely what we've been in the league. And today marked the occasion of my 100th appearance, and we did that as a squad. And I think 1 to 23 of us did that, like double hat tricks from players, all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, just love it.
You say how much you love it. Alex said to the team before you came down earlier that this team is not just his vision, it's your vision as well, alongside the likes of Lottie that have been here for a while. How proud are you to be not just part of this club but part of this group of players?
Yeah, massively proud. And like the players that have also been before, like they made a statement of how we want to play and where we want to be. We have a vision, and we want to be always in that top 4. We want to be always in that final match at the end of the league. And yeah, like I love the fact that like Alex sees me as part of that vision as well.
Jess, what did you think about the performance today? Everyone's talked about the milestones, but what impressed you about what Marley did out on the pitch with everyone else?
Yeah, I think it was about last weekend. Obviously it was a tough loss, so coming into this week was something we needed, like a bit of a boost. Do you think that the messages throughout the week got like answered this week? Do you think that like the team, like it obviously looked like the team really came together? I know we scored 100 points, but like actually I think the fluidity that we had as a team really showed compared to last weekend.
Yeah, definitely. Like like you don't just put 100 points on a team. Like we played well. We talked about like putting wrongs right from last week, and we definitely did that, and how we wanted to go out there and play. And I think you can't just turn up and win a match, whoever your opponent is. Like Tigers put a full 80-minute performance in against us. They never give up. They kept on coming at us, but it was about us making sure we broke them down and then kept them broken down. Like we didn't take our foot off the gas and kept tempo high for how we want to play as Saracens. It wasn't about so much the win today for us. It was about the performance for us today, to then obviously next weekend's a reserve weekend, but then to carry the momentum on into that next game against Harlequins, which we know is going to be a tough game. Like the performance we put on against them here, we didn't get the result we wanted, but we did play well against them last time we played them. So next time we play them, in 2 weeks' time, we need to put the performance on as well.
And so just a final question on that then. She said obviously a couple of weeks, Harlequins, Trailfinders, Exeter Sale. It's a pretty tough run to the end of the season, but I suppose this gives you that perfect proving ground now to show what you can do for a full 80.
Yeah, definitely, and I think, you know, we want to be playing those top teams. Like, we got Harlequins away, like previously in previous seasons it usually goes one apiece. Someone beats Harlequins here, home and away, and it can be either at StoneX or at the Stoop. And then Exeter, look, we know we always have a tough ride when we go and play Exeter down at their place, but they're coming here. I think, you know, the challenges and the tests that we have for the next few games will put us in good stead for where we want to be at the end of the season.
And obviously where you want to be there is competing for those top honours yet again.
Yeah, that's right.
It's simple as, I'm really sorry, I'm freezing, so I've had to put a hat on to close the stream. I don't look particularly great doing it. I've got 30 seconds left. We'll smash it out to the end. I brought a bit of humour to it at the last at least. Marley, congratulations on 100. Phenomenal achievement, phenomenal performance. Jess, thank you so much for joining me for the last 3 games as well. That's it from here at StoneX Stadium today, but that's also it from me. I wanted to say on behalf of myself, the team behind the team, Jess, the other 14 or 15 players that have joined us over the last 2.5 years, thank you so much for joining us and being part of our coverage. We'll be seeing you again very soon, but these players to my right have got business to attend to first. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you again soon.